euphoric man-made chaos. Risking designed to separate us. The proof lies within the ever-growing hate. Push to shove and kill to be killed. Manifest your hate. In my dreams, life is just a memory. In my fears, you become the enemy. In my shadows, your screams are whispers. In my
goodness. Man, what a night this was, huh? Holy shit. We got Naomi winning women's Money in the Bank. We got Seth Rollins winning men's Money in the Bank. We got Mr. Iguana. Who? Oh, the guy with the lizard puppet. Oh, okay. Hey, Mr. Iguana, man. He was over today, man, Mr. Iguana, huh? People are already calling for Iguana in the Royal Rumble, bro. Crazy. Mr. Iguana. Gotta love that Mr. Iguana guy, man. Holy shit. And R-Truth is back! Or so we thought. R-Truth is dead. Now we usher in the era of Ron killings. And no, geeks, it wasn't a work. Solid Money in the Bank PLE tonight. We're going to talk about it. I got my cold beverage. It rained all day in New York City, man, with maybe 5 minutes of sunshine. But we're going to the beer garden anyway because I'm thirsty. And I got to talk pro wrestling. We'll go to the beer garden. When I get there on this Saturday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Money in the Bank post show for June 7th, 2025. I am your host, JD, from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Saturday evening, wherever you may be. Man, we got 3,000 people in here live on a Saturday night. Thank you guys for showing up, man. What a night. What a day for professional wrestling, man. We had Worlds Collide at 3 p.m. That was a great show. What a fun 2.5 hours, man, with a fucking great main event with Vikingo and Shad Gable going one-on-one for the AAA Mega Championship. Excellent stuff there. We got Some great matches on the undercard. The ladies showed up. Mr. Iguana showed up. Mr. Iguana won over the hearts of many. So many that WWE's already got official merchandise for Mr. Iguana, man. It's unbelievable. People are already calling for his entry in the Royal Rumble. Good old Mr. Iguana, man. Mr. Iguana for the WrestleMania main event. No, I kid. Man, what a night this was. You know, I could sit here and talk about Seth Rollins and him winning the Money in the Bank and why it wasn't LA Knight and Naomi winning the women's Money in the Bank and why people are upset that it wasn't Roxanne Perez or Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch and Lyra had a banger. Dominik Mysterio defended the Intercontinental Championship against Octagon Jr. Everybody's talking about the main event. Not for the actual match, which did get a little bit better as we got down the stretch. The last 6 minutes were really, really good. Everybody's talking about the main event, and everybody's talking about what happened right before the final bell rung. R-Truth is back in the WWE. He's no longer R-Truth. He's now Ron Killings. WWE has already tweeted out via their official WWE Shop X account new Ron Killings merchandise, which is now on sale for a whopping $44.95, minus the shipping and taxes, which will probably run you about $60 for a new Ron Killings t-shirt. And it will sell. Believe me, it will sell. I don't know why we are getting Ron Killings and not R-Truth. Let the conspiracy theories begin. But R-Truth is back. Ron Killings is back in the WWE. People are already questioning, is it a work? Is it a work, JD? Is it a work? Did they troll us? Did they troll the internet wrestling community? Did they pull a fast one on us? Did they fool us? Did they work the sheets? No. No, folks, we didn't get worked. We did not get worked. This was picked up by every major news source that is known to the internet. It wasn't a work. It wasn't a work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything you see is a fucking work. I don't know why you would want it to be a work. That's the better question. Why do you want it to be a work? Why do you want to be worked? I don't look at it that way. If it's a work, I think it's a bad work. If it's a work, it's poor. I don't want it to be a work. It's not a work, but I wouldn't want it to be a work. Do you want to know why I don't want it to be a work? Because we, the people, spoke up, let our voices be heard, and they fucking did something about it. That locker room did something about it. Everybody that chipped in, chimed in, made a video, made a tweet, made a hashtag, you were part of change. You made this happen. So why are you sitting there yelling in my chat, oh, it's a work, oh, we were worked, oh, it was a work? No, motherfucker, it wasn't a fucking work. And I don't really know why you would want it to be one. It's fucking ridiculous. Triple H is gonna tell you it's a work. It's not a work. It wasn't a work. It didn't start out as a work. It didn't end as a work. It's not going to continue on as some big fucking master plan. Ron Killings was told he was not being brought back. That's it. That's it. They brought him back because of variables and reasons that clearly some of you don't understand. Triple H is lying to you. I mean, you gotta be a gullible motherfucker if you think Triple H is telling you the truth, man. Holy shit. Are you that fucking stupid? You're gonna believe a pro wrestling promoter in 2025 about what he just told you on a fucking obviously scripted post-show media scrum. Give me a fucking break, man. How fucking dumb are you, man? Holy shit. It's not a work. You made the change. You brought him back. The entire fucking roster tweeted out about R-Truth. WWE doesn't have the fucking backbone to do something like that and make it into a fucking work. He was given his walking papers. That's it. All you need to do is listen to every show on WWE television this week. We want truth. We want truth. We want truth. Go into the chat room during Worlds Collide. People were legitimately spamming WWE. There were nearly 500,000 live viewers watching here in the United States with people spamming "We want truth." We want truth chants at the Kia Forum. We want truth chants tonight at Money in the Bank during the main event. Loudest truth chants we got all night, being that the last time we seen R-Truth was in a match with John Cena in the more important role. He did wrestle JC Mateo, but that was the last big moment that they gave him. It wasn't a work. WWE, they realized that they fucked up. And it's not often that they realize that they fuck up. Even today, even in this administration, they don't admit wrong. It's one of the things that's a major turnoff about any pro wrestling company. AEW does it. They're never wrong about anything. Meanwhile, I can pinpoint fucking this, that on their television show. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's bad. Oh, this sucks. This, that. They don't admit anything. Everything's great. WWE never admits that they're wrong because they don't like to look bad. Nobody likes to look bad. But after all the videos that I listened to and all the podcasts that I listened to talking about this one specific situation with R-Truth, everybody uttered the same thing. How do you let someone like that go who has been fucking loyal to you down to the very last fucking T? How? Why doesn't this company value a locker room leader, someone who is developed into the heart and soul of that locker room? How are you going to look at that and trust the current administration? How? How? You can't physically look at them firing R-Truth and then be comfortable about working there. This entire administration built their reputation on trust. And they flushed that trust down the fucking toilet when they let this guy walk. Nobody's safe after that. Is that the kind of working environment you want? I know that's not the kind of environment I want to work in. The only people that would be safe are the usuals. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, John Cena, Seth Rollins. Who's safe? Unless you're a guaranteed already in the Hall of Famer, your job is in jeopardy. Is that the type of fucking mentality? Is that the type of environment you want in the WWE locker room? Not only that, it made Triple H look bad because he's going to take the heat for it. Triple H can't handle any more fucking heat, bro. He can't handle any more heat. Everything that's going wrong, he's getting the blame for it, and rightfully so. He had to deal with the Rock situation going into WrestleMania. He had to deal with John Cena's fucking terrible heel turn. The turn wasn't. The turn was great. The heel run has been fucking terrible. The creative has been awful. These shows have been fucking piss poor boring. Then you let all these other people go, which reportedly he had a hand in. And then he lets a 17-year veteran in R-Truth go. I don't give a fuck how much time he spent on TV. You rework his contract and you keep him there. Yeah, but they can bring in fucking Nikki Bella from Monday Night Raw tomorrow. You can't keep R-Truth on the fucking roster, but you're bringing in Nikki fucking Bella. Who the fuck asked for Nikki Bella? This company's making money hand over fist, and you can't rework an R-Truth contract to keep that locker room fucking happy. Then you find out that he's making all this kinds of money with the Ron Cena t-shirt. It was the #1 selling t-shirt on WWE Shop. Did TKO know that before they let him go? Then they bring him back, they change his name, they give him new merchandise, they upcharge the fuck out of it. It's like fucking 20% more expensive than every other fucking shirt on there. And now they're gonna fucking suck you dry because you wanted R-Truth back. You want him back? Here you go. Now you can buy his t-shirt for fucking $60 with shipping and taxes. They're gonna bleed him dry. That's what they're gonna do. They finally listened. They finally listened. You, as a fan, under no circumstances, should be sitting in my chat room or any chat room or on social media on any fucking platform crying that it was a work. Oh, they were worked. Oh, Sapp was worked. Oh, Alvarez and Meltzer were worked. Oh, JD was worked. No, you're a fucking idiot, and you should go find work and get out of your mother's fucking basement, you fucking brainless hack. Why would you want it to be a work? In a day and age where pro wrestling in 2025 is the utter fucking shit. It's the shits. It's fucking terrible. Everything about pro wrestling in the United States this year is fucking boring. Everything fucking sucks. Then they do this. All they want is this, but then they fire someone like R-Truth. You brought him back. In the sea of negativity in 2025, you were the reason that R-Truth is back in the WWE. So why are you crying that it's a work? You shouldn't want it to be a work. You should be sitting there praying that what you did, the work that you did on social media, the fucking energy you put into those videos, the energy you put into the social media campaigns, they worked. Because you made a multi-billion-dollar company. You made the greediest motherfuckers in the industry bend a knee to you. That's why you shouldn't want it to be a work. You should stand there as a fan and be proud. If you can bring back R-Truth, imagine what else you could do. Tony Khan doesn't listen. Vince McMahon didn't listen. Triple H wants to go on this fucking campaign, sit on his high horse and say everything is fucking great. Oh, just be a fan. Yeah, thanks, bro. We were fans, and we let you have it. We let you fucking have it. Bad. And he bent a knee. Ari Emanuel bent the knee. Nick Khan bent the knee. Mark Shapiro bent the knee. You caved, TKO. Oh, but it's a work, JD. They work the fence. Keep saying that. The more you say that, the more you are a fucking idiot. R-Truth is back. Where does this go now? You want R-Truth back? I asked. Everybody asked. We talked about it on Tuesday with the Solid Monster. We went into a deep discussion. He went into it. I went into it. I did a fucking 30-minute video on my own asking the same questions. If you were going to let R-Truth walk and you knew you were going to let this guy go, just follow the fucking story about what they did with R-Truth going into Saturday night's main event. They put no effort into it. It's almost as if they gave him a pity match because they knew they were going to let him walk. Just by that alone, just go back and look at that. Oh, it was a work. No, it wasn't. They did nothing. They made that match happen on national television in front of 2 million fucking people, and they put no effort into it. No effort went into it. No story came out of it. R-Truth wrestled JC Mateo on fucking Friday Night SmackDown the next week, and nothing came of it. Nothing. No, but it's a work. They should have given him a send-off. Should have. Should have worked the storyline. John Cena retires R-Truth. He ruins pro wrestling. Even worse. Goodbye, R-Truth. Goodbye. He's on his way out of the WWE. We get the tweet. He leaves. They didn't do none of that. Instead, they gave you nothing. The match ended up being nothing. The follow-up was nothing. He was gone. We rallied as a community, and then they bent a knee. Where does it go now? Our Killings, or our Truth, is no more. Ron Killings is now what we're seeing. Is he going to be a part of this storyline? Clearly, he is. In what capacity? I don't know. He's not going to win the WWE title. Could he aid John Cena in turning back into a babyface? John Cena, he beat R-Truth at Saturday night's main event. Now we got Ron Killings. Is Ron Killings going to come back and give us the old John Cena? Are we just going to role reverse here? I don't know. Is he going to help Cody win the WWE title back? Does Cody now have backup in Ron Killings? We don't know. Is Ron Killings even with the WWE? We don't know. We could sit here and fucking conspiracy theory all we want. He showed up at Money in the Bank, but who's to say he's even signed with the company? Who's to say that he didn't sign a contract with TNA and that he's back on WWE television because of the WWE TNA partnership? That could also be a possibility. Oh, but why would they be selling Ron Killings merchandise? I mean, they got Mr. Iguana fucking merchandise. He's not with the company either. It's with AAA. And they're a partner with WWE. Would be no different if R-Truth or Ron Killings is with TNA and they're selling Ron Killings merchandise on WWE Shop. Could be the same deal. We don't know. Or it could just simply be R-Truth was fired or released, not given a contract extension, and he wanted to come back and do more. And they negotiated a new contract with that in the contract. I don't want to dance. I don't want to rap. I don't want to sing. I don't want to be a comedy guy. I want to be back and make a difference. I don't have a lot longer left to do this. I want to make a difference. And maybe they gave him just a little bit of what he wanted, which they should have gave him in the first place, and that tweet he put out, which went viral everywhere, should have never been made. Again, I reiterate, you should not be in my chat saying it's a work. You don't need it to be a work. You don't want it to be a work. You want it to be the fans revolted, came together, and made a multi-billion-dollar company fold. It's not going to happen all the time. We might not see another instance like this in another 5-10 years. But we did it. And R-Truth deserves it. Ron Killings deserves it. I don't give a shit how old he is. 53 years old? When you got a guy that valuable to everybody else in that locker room, even though he has a lesser role on television, you don't let someone like that go. You don't. These companies don't put a price on loyalty. They don't. They find it to be something that they could easily get rid of with no regret. Loyalty in any part of life is hugely important. Loyalty goes a long way. You want people who will be loyal to your company. You want people that will be loyal to you in life. I don't understand why this is so disregarded in all circles, no matter where you go. TKO clearly told you what was more valuable, money over loyalty. The fans told you, I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't give a fuck about your record numbers. I don't give a fuck about your fucking Wrestlemania record-setting numbers. We don't care. We want our guy back. He's been there for 17 years. Some people don't last 7 fucking weeks in this company. 17 years. He's breathing a rarefied air that many people don't even know exists. And he vanished. As quick as you could blink, he was gone. Not given a proper send-off, not given anything, a thank you or anything. Goodbye. It's not a work. You made the change. Keep it that way. Let's work on what else we want back. Maybe if we were more vocal with our wallets and more vocal about the fucking boring shows that we're getting, maybe Triple H will do something about that next. Maybe.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Oh no.
5 beers.
Oh no.
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Oh my goodness. Zeno Zero with a $100 super chat. JD, let me get an order of fries with the spicy OTS sauce. Wanted LA Knight to win, but I wasn't surprised. Seth won. At least Naomi got the W. They got something there with her. Don't blow it, Triple H. Oh, my goodness.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Zeno, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your generosity tonight on the Money in the Bank stream. There's a chat here from Real Shift. Chat message from Real Shift in the chat. Nobody listens to the IWC stop. Oh, yeah? That's why Triple H has about 9 burners. Nobody listens to the IWC? Sure thing, guy. What are you, new here? They listen. They absolutely listen. When things go wrong, where do you think they go first? The IWC. And they will deny it every single time because to them it's lowbrow. To them we're nothing. To them we're peons. But they listen. They look. If they didn't give a shit about social media, then they wouldn't be plugging social media all over their shows. Numbers and analytics and fucking hashtags for you to go out there and use. They look at it all. They hire people to go look at fucking social media. Of course they give a shit about social media. Give me a fucking break. The other big thing that happened on this show tonight was Seth Rollins and Naomi. Those are the respective winners for Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins wins what I thought was a great men's Money in the Bank. Was it the best men's Money in the Bank that we've gotten? No. But I was thoroughly entertained. That was a great match. I know a lot of people, oh, well, they got all these advertisements, JD, from them. 206. They got Fireball on the ladder, JD. They got Cash App on the briefcase, JD, from NY206. That's great. The quicker you understand why they're doing it and the quicker you ignore it, the easier it is to watch. I don't give a fuck. Throw a sponsor logo on the screen. I don't give a shit. Just give me a good pro wrestling match that I'm going to sit there and get lost in for 30 fucking minutes. You got it. The fuck are you complaining about? I wish I was so fucking lucky to have a couple of sponsor ads on my stream, on my backdrop. If I had somebody to pay me to put a fucking Fireball logo in the venue here, I absolutely would do it. I don't care. It's not going to take away my enjoyment of the wrestling match. Is it cringy? Do they overdo it? Sure. Take it up with the fucking suits and ties who dream about money 24/7. Just give me a good show and a good match. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care. Your beloved AEW's got DraftKings on the fucking turnbuckles. And I drink IQ, whatever the fuck that drink is. Some lowbrow energy drink. Thinking that they got Prime Energy on their fucking turnbuckle. They do it. So what? The world is revolving around how much money one business makes. They do it. And they're going to continue to do it. And don't be surprised when you see sponsorships on the wrestler's gear next. Next thing you see, you're going to see fucking Seth Rollins come out with a Dude Wipes logo on his knee pad. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match was great. Was it overbooked? Sure. Was there a lot of quote unquote sleeping spots? Yes. It's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. The obligatory sleeping spot is way overdone. I get why they do it. They need to have 6 people in these ladder matches, and then, there's a big spot going on, and 4 other people are sleeping on the outside waiting for their cue to get back into the ring, only to go back out there and sleep again for another fucking 5 minutes. It happens. It's one of my pet peeves. Just like when someone comes out to interfere, we got to hear their fucking theme music. Just come out, bro. You don't need a theme music to come out and interfere in a segment. I know a lot of people, including myself, including the Solid Monster, we talked about it on TNT, we were pushing for LA Knight for multiple reasons. A, it would fuck up the system. The show needs something major to happen, unpredictable to happen. It needs a shot of adrenaline. It needs something wild and wacky to happen to elicit some excitement. That could have been it. That could have been it. It wasn't. They didn't go that route. we also said that LA Knight winning the briefcase could very well get him on Monday night if he opts to cash in for the World Heavyweight Championship and not the WWE title, which would also be something he needs. He needs desperately a change of scenery. He needs to get off Friday night. These 2 reasons were more than enough to give LA Knight the win. More than enough. They didn't do it. They teased it. They gave you a couple of hope spots, but 3 years in a row, he yields 0 results. He's 0 for 3. He's worse than the Braves. They can't seemingly get a fucking win anymore. Acuna's back and they're fucking worse somehow. LA Knight was obviously the sentimental favorite. Plus the show being in Los Angeles. I mean, the roof would have caved in if he won. But I get why they went with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins equals common sense. Seth Rollins equals moving forward, progression. Seth Rollins equals safe. He's the safe choice. They didn't want to deviate away from their plan. But the thing is, us as a fan base, we see that there are other things going around that could get Seth Rollins a World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins is the number 1 heel with the number 1 heel faction in the company right now. He can do whatever he wants to get a championship match. He doesn't need the Money in the Bank. He doesn't need it. All he's got to do is snap his fingers and he's got a championship match. He could have easily won the King of the Ring. He could have easily won the King of the Ring, went to SummerSlam, challenged Uso, and won the championship. Rollins won the briefcase, and I'm hoping that he cashes in almost immediately, and I'm talking Monday night immediately. I would have had him cash in tonight. I thought they would. Then we got Ron Killings. And then we understood why Rollins didn't cash in. But Monday night, there's a high probability that we could be seeing a new World Heavyweight Champion. With Rollins pinning Uso. Gunther, that's the easiest out. It's the easiest out. Gunther's not going to win the World Heavyweight Championship if he's rumored to be wrestling Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. It's not going to happen. Gunther's not going to lose to Jey Uso 2 times in a row. That's just absolutely fucking brain-dead stupidity. That is creative malpractice fucking times 1,000. It's not going to happen. We have a high probability of that match becoming a triple threat match with Rollins pinning Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Goodbye, briefcase. He goes into Night of Champions as the World Heavyweight Champion. So if they are going to do that and forward the story for the World Heavyweight Championship, great. He was a safe choice. He was the logical choice. He was the one that made the most sense. Rollins equals progression. There was nobody else in that match that would have even made sense outside of an LA Knight. Solo Sikoa, nobody wanted to see him. We all factored Jacob Fatu into him not winning because of what we saw on Friday night. Andrade, no. Penta? No. Grande Americano was a sentimental favorite. That would have been funny. No, it's not what the World Championship needs. The World Championship doesn't need funny. And no, him winning the briefcase should not mean he gets to cash in on an Intercontinental title or a AAA Mega Championship at Triple Mania. No. Now, the briefcase is for the World Heavyweight title. Otherwise, you kill the concept, and if you kill the concept, there's no reason to keep the concept. It was Rollins or Knight. They went with Rollins because it made the most sense. They didn't want to go with LA Knight because maybe they don't like LA Knight. Maybe they don't see LA Knight as a world champion. Maybe it's not LA Knight's time. Maybe they have bigger plans for LA Knight. I don't fucking know. LA Knight would have equaled change. They stuck to their guns. They're going with Rollins. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Don't twist me and mix up my words. I don't hate it. I just want different. We need to go to the bar and just immediately when we get there, before we actually order a drink, down a shot. That's what we need. We need something. We need to get the blood going. WWE doesn't know how to do that. They don't. It's like they're holding hands with their partner and they're walking through town, just fucking sightseeing, and everybody's calm. Everything is nice and calm. No, we need to fuck things up a little bit. They don't know how to fuck things up anymore. Naomi. She won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Seen some people telling me on social media this was not the right call. I don't know what the fuck people are watching. I really don't. If you thought Naomi wasn't the right call, I don't know what the fuck you're watching, and I don't know where your WWE keen sense is. Who else was going to win this match that made sense? Who? Giulia? Do you watch the TV show? No. No, nobody else in this match outside of Roxanne Perez made sense. You could say, yeah, Alexa Bliss. Or yeah, give it to Rhea, which would have melted social media. They don't pay attention to social media. If Rhea Ripley won the Money in the Bank briefcase, I guarantee you Rhea Ripley would be the first to come out and blast the fan base. They don't pay attention to social media. Sure thing. Naomi was the right choice. She's got the biggest story out of all these women. The one story that's played out longest out of all these women on WWE television. Now she's the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. She is a perfect heel to go against Tiffany Stratton and tease that cash in. Meanwhile, she's got Bianca. She's got Jade and that story. We don't know how that's going to end up. We don't know which direction that's going to end up in. And here's the kicker, folks. Naomi, out of everybody, deserves it. She deserves it. She's been there the longest. She's had to scratch and claw and go through bullshit to get where she is. Yet you wanted to deny her again. Nobody else made sense. Stephanie Vaquer is going to be a world champion with or without the briefcase. Rhea Ripley? No. She is the most over female in the world. She is not someone who needs the briefcase. Giulia is targeting Zelina Vega and the United States title. Alexa Bliss is old guard. And Roxanne Perez was the only other woman I would have even given a shot to because of her age and how great she is. At 23 years old. No. You're not going to give it to Roxanne over someone in Naomi who's been there forever. Roxanne Perez is going to be in multiple Money in the Bank matches in her career, and she will probably win it at least twice. No surprise there. So I don't really understand what the problem is. The men's match was very good. Overbooked. It was absolutely over fucking booked. The women's match, I don't want to sit here and tell you it was a bad match. It wasn't necessarily good either. It who talk about playing it safe. It's almost as if nobody in the match wanted to take a bump, or whoever produced this match was afraid of letting these women take bumps. It was the most uncreative women's ladder match we've gotten in recent memory, and there have only been 8 women's Money in the Bank ladder matches. They didn't do anything innovative. They didn't do anything that was overly crazy. There was no risks. There was no car crash. I remember last year's being a fucking great car crash. It's almost as if they got cold feet looking back at last year and didn't want to repeat what happened last year this year. It resulted in a less than stellar women's ladder match, though the field of 6 probably was the most talented field that the match has ever had. Naomi is 37. I don't see her beating Tiffany Stratton unless Tiffany gets injured. Are we seriously in the chat claiming that 37 years old is old now? Are we honestly claiming that 37 years old is old now? Are pro wrestling fans this cooked? It's almost like everybody in the pro wrestling space is born in Raccoon City and they've developed the fucking T virus, bro. It's like you're slowly becoming brain rot every single week. 37 years old is old now? Naomi doesn't deserve it because she's 37 years old. I think I've heard everything. Man, I should wrap it up, man. I just turned 43 this year, man. I should wrap up my channel, man. I'm too old to be talking about pro wrestling, man. Let's call it a day, man. We had a successful run. Let me get out of here, man. I'll just hit my #1 fucking spot with 5,400 fucking people in here. More than anybody else in the fucking community. Yeah, let me hang it up, bro. We'll just pass all of our viewers on to the next schmuck. You fucking kidding me? These new fans are fucking retarded, bro. You're a fucking retard, bro. Get out of my chat. 37 years old. The fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. We're going to do our best to talk about this show tonight, man. Those are the big happenings tonight. I appreciate you guys joining me here on the Money in the Bank post show. Right here on Off the Script. We got 5,400 people in here. I wish I was 37. Oh, man. Oh, man, I swear to God, man. Ross, what's up, brother, man? You guys are fucking crazy, man. 37 years old now is fucking crazy, man. You believe this? It's old. 37 years old is old, man. I heard it all, bro. I heard it all, man. I'm telling you, man, the fucking community is absolutely cooked, bro. I swear to fucking Christ. Follow me on social media, man, at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn the bell for notifications. We uploaded a video today, man. Yesterday's video killed it. We did like, I don't know, we did like 30,000 views in like 7 hours on the Triple H video. Triple H going to be gone in 18 months, according to Jonathan Coachman. We talk about the conspiracy, if you want to label it as such. So check that out. Today we uploaded a video on Karrion Kross. Is he the next one that WWE is going to let walk? We got news on Kross in today's video. It's on the homepage. Go check it out. Great stuff. We talk about Mariah May. Details behind. She is the one who fooled the IWC. Her team fooled all the sheets. Mariah May. Details behind Mariah May's NXT debut. And we got major updates on Wardlow. Who? Wardlow. Not. Waldo. Not Wardlow. Not Waldo. Oh, there's no difference. Where's Waldo? No, it's not. It's not where's Waldo. Where's Wardlow? There's no difference to me, bro. There's no difference. Wardlow and Camille. We got news on Camille too. Ridiculous news on Camille. Why she's not on TV. That's in today's video. Go check it out. Hit that thumbs up. We got 1,100 likes. Can we try for 1,500 before the stream ends? And make sure you guys leave a super chat. Super chats are open. Get them on in. Best way to support the show. The absolute best way. Questions, comments, and concerns. We will read all of your chats at the end of tonight's stream. Where's Waldo? Wardlow. Okay, man. We'll get it right. Well, one of these days we'll get it right, man. I can't tell the fucking difference. Whatever. I want to run something by you guys before we get to the breakdown of Money in the Bank. I did watch Worlds Collide. I had a great fucking time. Great fucking time. Shout out to Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide was awesome. I am thinking about doing a separate pre-recorded review, maybe like 25 minutes or so on Worlds Collide. I think I'll upload that tomorrow. Would you guys be interested in something like that to hear my thoughts on Worlds Collide? Let me know. Let me know. People were asking me, JD, you going to do live reactions? No, I can't. Live reactions aren't really my cup of coffee, bro. They're not. I feel empty when I do live reactions. So I wasn't going to do a live reactions. I wasn't also going to go live because while I was live, then we would start Money in the Bank, and I don't want to bleed into the Money in the Bank show. So I just may do a pre-recorded thoughts video on Worlds Collide. Okay, there's a lot of yeses. I don't even know why I ask. I can sit here and tell you guys, should I take a dump right now? Can I get up and go to the bathroom and go take a shit? Yeah, go ahead, Jay, go, whatever, man. Just put on some music, man. We'll be fine. I don't even know why I ask. Money in the Bank. We start with the women. Rhea Ripley, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Giulia, and Alexa Bliss. Stephanie wrestled on Monday. She wrestled on Friday. She wrestled at Worlds Collide. And she wrestled tonight at Money in the Bank. We saw Stephanie wrestle 3 times in less than 24 hours, 4 times this week. Does anybody have a problem with that? Sidro, do you have a problem with that, bro? No, Sidro does not have a problem seeing Stephanie Vaquer wrestle 4 times. 4 times it was, right? No. Nobody should have a problem. In fact, I'm like the meme that you see on social media. Please, sir, can I have some more? More porridge, please? No. No, nobody should be upset, okay? Give me a fucking break. Ridiculous. Oh, well, she's being overexposed, JD, from him to her sex. Sure. Rhea Ripley has never competed in a ladder match. Ever. Apparently. Is this the first time Rhea Ripley's competed in a ladder match? Stephanie Vaquer is... How many people have held the NXT North American title and the women's title simultaneously? She's the only one, right? I tried to jot down these factoids that Michael Cole shot at us. Roxanne Perez won Female Superstar of the Year. Yeah, go Google it. You can't use my line against me, okay? You can't use it. Naomi, you guys know her resume. Multi-time champion. Giulia, she just made it to Friday Night SmackDown. And Alexa Bliss, she's got Lily the Doll That's what she's known for. So we got Wade Barrett, Michael Cole, and Pat McAfee on commentary. The bell rings here. All 6 women are staring each other down. Everybody goes at each other. We had, at one point in this match, we had the old guard versus the new guard, or the new school. The old versus the current. Early on here, Vaquer, Giulia, and Perez exited the ring because the veterans had the upper hand. Naomi introduced the first ladder into the match. Rhea Ripley started using Alexa as a weapon to take her out. Vaquer, Giulia, and Perez ran through a 3-way dance until Naomi returned and introduced Roxanne to the ladder. So Alexa, she comes in, she laid Naomi and Perez out on a ladder with a flip senton. Giulia comes in, sets the ladder up in the corner. She sent Bliss into it, and it fell over, and they begin fighting some more. She shrugged it off as Rhea Ripley got back into the ring and jumped into the action. Ripley drop-kicked Giulia into the corner and set up the ladder. Naomi tried to stop her at this point, and Ripley took care of them pretty quickly. Ripley hits a razor's edge on Roxanne. This was a brutal razor's edge. She just tossed her, man, like a fucking doll. She tossed Roxanne. Perez managed to reverse it and hits a springboard moonsault onto Ripley onto the ladder. So Perez was the actual first woman in this match to climb a ladder. She was pulled off by Alexa. Giulia took out Bliss. She and Roxanne raced up the ladder. Ripley starts coming back, and Giulia and Perez, they were a tag team for like 2 weeks, and they formed a quick alliance here, and they sandwiched Rhea Ripley in the ladder. Now, the ladder is facing the crowd. You see the heart cam, and the ladder is on the ropes, and Ripley is in the ladder. She's in between the ladder, and Roxanne at this point is having a very difficult time with Giulia to take the end of the ladder, one half of the ladder, and just kind of pull it down on top of Rhea. It got stuck. It jammed up. They kicked the leg out, and they tried to get it to work. It did not work the way that they had intended, and it was obviously a botch and a fucked up spot, and the crowd knew it. The audible silence and no oohs and ahs when they finally completed it just told you and painted the picture that you saw. So she's in the ladder. They take another ladder and they throw that ladder on top of the ladder that Ripley is sandwiched in between, just to kind of make good the spot. Perez and Giulia, they are still continuing their partnership. They take Rhea, who rolls to the outside here, and they stack a bunch of ladders on top of Rhea Ripley. It's almost like Wade Barrett in that one SummerSlam moment where John Cena pulled the string of ladders on top of Wade Barrett as he completely killed the Nexus. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Ripley was buried under a sea of ladders. Now, Ripley, at this point, this was her 10-minute nap. Imagine being Rhea Ripley. She had to lay out there and sleep for about 10 minutes under a bunch of ladders. Hopefully she brought a pillow and some reading material. So, she's underneath all the ladders. And Perez and Giulia continuing to team up here. Naomi sets up a ladder in the ring. Vaquer got to it before Naomi could climb it. Vaquer hit a dragon screw on Naomi. Vaquer and her dragon screw, man, I'm telling you, man, it's now one of those moves where someone is going to rip a ligament, and I feel like it's going to go wrong horribly at one point, and it's not going to be good. This did not look pretty. She does it with full force, man. I mean, she holds nothing back when she does these dragon screws. Nothing. Brutal. Bliss and Perez climbed the ladder. Naomi and Vaquer climbed a second ladder. Bliss bailed and powerbombed Vaquer off the ladder. She then pushed both ladders over, sending everyone flying. Giulia and Perez then dropped Bliss right onto a ladder and turned on each other. Of course they did. It's every woman for himself. Rhea Ripley rises from the ladder of ashes. That woke up Rhea Ripley. She gets up like the Undertaker, and she grabs Perez and throws her into the barricade. She comes face-to-face with Giulia. She goes on an offensive onslaught here, taking out Giulia and Naomi before setting up a ladder on the ring ropes. Ripley threw Giulia into it and set up a ladder in the ring. She then set up another one, creating a bridge between the turnbuckle and the ladder. Finally, some creativity, maybe. Ripley tried to use it on Vaquer, who countered a move, and she dragged Ripley up on the ladder, and this was the best spot of the night because she did Devil's Kiss on the ladder on Rhea Ripley. That was pretty creative. I will give them that. Now, question, chat. I know some of you watched Worlds Collide. I know you saw Stephanie and Lola team up against Cheek, Tormenta, and Dalise on Worlds Collide. Who did a better Devil's Kiss, chat? Was it Stephanie or was it Lola? This is the information I need to know. Lola sped it up a little bit, man. Lola got a little feisty in there with the Devil's Kiss. Not bad. Lola likes it fast, bro. I don't know. It's gonna be a toss-up, man. We may have 50-50 booking on that one. One guy, who's that? Rob64 in the chat. Question of the year, bro. He says, listen, this is the type of information we need, bro. Okay? I know, I see. Well, should I not be talking about that being that I'm 43 years old, man? I'm too old. I can't talk about that type of stuff, huh? Sure. So she did Devil's Kiss on the ladder, which was a great spot. Vaquer scrambled up the ladder, got her hands on the briefcase. A lot of people were hoping she won. I would have not been unhappy if she won. I didn't really give her a chance to win because she just got here. Perez stopped her from winning the match. Crowd wanted Stephanie. Bliss tried to sneak up the other side. Perez met her at the top, sent her into Naomi. Stephanie grabbed Perez on the ladder bridge while Naomi set up on another ladder bridge. And Bliss, Naomi, Vaquer, and Perez all climbed up and traded shots. They were basically mirroring each other here. Suddenly, Bliss and Perez hit dueling Code Reds on the ladder. Shout out to Amazing Red. Everybody loves his finish. Code Red. Giulia leapt in and removed the bridges, trying to take advantage for herself here and grab the briefcase. Perez scrambled up. Perez and Giulia at the top of the ladder trade shots back and forth. Rhea Ripley gets back in there after another mini nap and dragged Giulia off the ladder. Ripley hits a riptide on Giulia, and Bliss laid out Perez with Sister Abigail, and they shared a smile together. They raced to the top of the ladder. Naomi, she broke both of their hearts, knocked the ladder over, set up a ladder for herself, climbs it up, unhooks the briefcase, and Naomi is the 2025 Miss Money in the Bank. Honestly, chat, we talked about Naomi winning. That was the right choice. It was the only choice. I don't want to repeat myself. Naomi is the right winner. If you don't understand why Naomi won, if you don't agree with why Naomi won, I'm going to need you to go back and reevaluate your disapproval. I, quite frankly, don't give a fuck. Naomi was the winner. She's the right choice. As far as I'm concerned, she was the only choice. Stephanie wasn't going to win. She just got here. That would be way too quick, way too soon. You can't strap the rocket that quick to somebody. Not in a match like this. Alexa Bliss, boring. Did she have a shot? Sure. But she's a boring choice. We've been there, done that. Why didn't she win? We've been there, done that. Rhea Ripley doesn't need it. Look at the reaction she gets. She's over. We got a Queen of the Ring. She could certainly win the Queen of the Ring. It's not the end of Rhea Ripley getting a shot at Io Sky. Naomi, Giulia, Roxanne. Told you about Roxanne. Roxanne was my dark horse pick here. If she won, I would not have complained. And Giulia, she's already targeting the United States title. Hopefully she wins that in relatively easy fashion. Under no circumstances should Zelina Vega be out wrestling Giulia in a 12-minute TV match on Friday night. 3 minutes tops, Giulia wins dominantly. Naomi was the only choice. I did not care for this match at all. I thought this match was way too safe. For a ladder match with the amount of stakes on the line, this was way too safe. I'm not asking for fucking blood. I'm not asking for fucking half the field to get permanently injured out there and miss 6 to 9 months. But man, something. Whoever produced this match produced it way too safe. The only memorable spots of this entire match was the Devil's Kiss on top of the ladder by Stephanie to Rhea, and then the dueling code reds by Alexa and Roxanne. That's it. They played it way too safe. Last year's was a car crash. That was fun. That was one of the better Money in the Bank ladder matches the women have ever had. This year, they just did not want to repeat last year's car crash. I don't know why. You got 6 women in there vying for a championship opportunity over the next 12 months. You should be out there fucking killing yourself for an opportunity such as that. Very, very safe. Nothing here was memorable. The field was one of the best ever. But outside that, this is not a match I'd go back and rewatch. Happy for Naomi. She was the right choice. Looking forward to her. I would give her the world championship, honestly. I would belt her. I would absolutely belt Naomi. She's doing the best work of her entire career with this heel run. She is great. If you don't see the vision yet, I'm sorry. Get on board. Naomi's been solid for years, and this is a very well-deserved victory. We got a video package, a real long video package, recapping the feud between Jey Uso and Gunther. The World's Heavyweight Championship will be on the line on Monday night. You know, would it kill WWE to give us another solid undercard match? With the amount of commercials and vignettes, we could have easily gotten another 12 to 14 minute undercard match on this show. Why does everything need a fucking commercial? Like, we didn't need this video package. This was literally 5 minutes. I got up and made myself a fucking latte, and I went through the whole process of making the drink. Steaming milk and prepping the shot of espresso and pulling the shot of espresso and then cleaning my fucking tools and everything that is required to make the drink. I cleaned everything. And I still made it back in time before the next match. Why? Dominik Mysterio. He was at Worlds Collide. He was sitting there, front row, with the lovely Liv Morgan. WWE added this match because of what happened at Worlds Collide. Apparently, he got in the ring and he was talking trash to Octagon Jr. for being a fan of Rey Mysterio. Why would you be a fan of Rey Mysterio? He's a deadbeat dad. I guess WWE heard the complaints about this only being a 4-match card, so they randomly scrambled to add a 5th. This didn't need to be on the show. I'm glad that they gave you another match, but, I mean, whatever. This was here. It happened. Nothing really important came out of it. It was just, hey, guys, I think we should have a 5th match. What about this one? Sure. Rey Mysterio and Octagon, they exchange moves pretty early on. Very speedy beginning to this match. Mysterio sent Octagon down to the mat. He then tied Octagon's mask, because Octagon has those little ribbons that come out of the end of his mask. Tied his mask to the bottom rope and then put the boots to him. Mysterio slowed down the pace. He tried to keep Octagon grounded, but Octagon didn't stay grounded. He took over. Arm drag, corkscrew. Mysterio fights back. He delivered 3 amigos. He only got 1 in before Octagon broke free. Mysterio then hit him with a driver, and that took Octagon down. He backs into the ropes. Octagon is now on the ropes. He ducked a 619 attempt by Dominik and hit a swinging neckbreaker before heading up top. Liv Morgan at this point, who was on the outside in Dominik's corner, distracted Octagon. I mean, you could see why Octagon was distracted. I mean, anybody would be distracted by Liv Morgan. I mean, holy shit. Liv Morgan provided the distraction here. Mysterio hit a 619 and a frog splash. And that was basically it for Rey Mysterio to retain the Intercontinental Championship. 1, 2, 3. Now, Octagon Jr. looked good at Worlds Collide. He looked good here. I don't know why they chose Octagon Jr. of all people. But this was basically done to get a 5th match on the show so that they can round out the show because people were complaining that were only 4 matches. So there you go. No Judgment Day tension, no Roxanne Perez, no Finn Balor, no shenanigans. It was Dominik Mysterio winning. After the match, Dominik called himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. No, he's not. No, he's not. Backstage, Chad Gable. He was with the Creeds. They were standing in front of a ladder that had Fireball whiskey branding on it. Now, in my earlier years, I would have taken a shot or 2 of some good Fireball whiskey or some Jack Daniels, whatever. Jack Daniels got something too. Fire whiskey or something like that. That cinnamon, that Goldschlager-like cinnamon whiskey, no. Not my type of jam anymore, bro. I find it actually very disgusting. So they are standing in front of a Fireball-branded whiskey ladder, and he told, Gable did, the Creeds, go find a Fireball ladder and put one under the ring for Grande Americano. That is going to be a success to winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. And when you do that, make sure you tell Grande Americano and tell me as well, so I'm in on the plan. So they had this ladder, which was branded in Fireball whiskey logos. The edges of the ladder were branded in red with the Fireball logo down it. I know some people had a problem with this. Is it cringy? Yes. But WWE somehow integrated the ladder with the branding into the ladder match and made it into a thing for El Grande Americano to use this, and this would be his ticket to winning Money in the Bank. Sure. If they can come up with more creative ways to do things like that with the branding without it being overly obsessive and fucking just in your face everywhere, it might come off a little less cringy. So that was a backstage segment. They had to get their Fireball logo in on the camera shot. There it is. Logo's on the ladder now. Logo's on the briefcase. Anything that is logo branded and logo approved, TKO is going to put a fucking logo on it. That's it. Whatever avenue they have to make money, TKO is going to take. That's the WWE we're living in now, bro. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkryia versus Becky Lynch. Now, Becky, coming on into this, she told Lyra, if I don't beat you, I can no longer challenge for the Intercontinental Championship as long as you are the champion. I did not like that because normally when you hear something like that and a stipulation like that is added, it makes the match very predictable. I don't think anybody thought Becky was walking out of this match not with the championship. Lyra, on the other hand, if she lost the championship to Becky Lynch tonight, she'd have to raise Becky Lynch's arm in victory and suck it up because Becky is the better woman. Just keep that in mind. Their match at Backlash was really good. Really good. The best women's intercontinental title match that we've gotten all year since the title has been brought to television. The best Lyra match in 2025. And probably one of the best women's matches in WWE in 2025. So they had an uphill battle to be better than what they did at Backlash. Now, was the build super exciting going into Money in the Bank? No. No, it was not. But I kept my hopes up because the in-ring work of the first match was so good, and there's no reason why, with a bigger crowd in Los Angeles, on a bigger stage at Money in the Bank, that this match wouldn't be better than the first one. This match was better than the first one. By a lot. First one was great. This one was greater. This was excellent. This was the best match up until this point. I thought the men's Money in the Bank ladder match was the best match of the night. This was second. But up until this point, this was the best match of the show. I did not believe in Becky on the night that she turned heel. I did not. I said it's forced. It feels forced. It feels cringy. We've been through this with Becky. She didn't do a good job. They just went about it all the wrong way. I mean, she was obsessive over the title, and I don't know who the fuck was in charge of... We all knew who was in charge of Creative, but I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, because when they turned Becky Lynch heel, I mean, she was going on her Gollum rants. You guys know the old Becky Lynch Gollum rants, right? She was out there fucking doing the thing, and...
My precious, I'm gonna win back my women's championship. I has to do it. My little harvest, my precious.
It was ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about. It's like Bruce Pritchard fucking sat at Vince McMahon's mansion one weekend and just watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. Thank God she hasn't done any of that. She hasn't done any of that. Thank God. Becky has done a very good job. I will say. That first couple of weeks was a little rough. A little, you know, a little too much time to get, you know, whatever she did there. It was a lot to get used to. I'll just say that. It felt overly. It literally came out of nowhere. Like, why? Why? She normalized into something that I feel now works. It works for her. She's doing a very good job. She's presenting herself the right way. She's making Lyra look good. Lyra looks great. Lyra sounds great. Lyra has now developed a character. Lyra has now developed a little charisma and a little attitude. Something that we haven't seen from Lyra before WrestleMania. She was just going out there and wrestling. She's Bird Girl. Comes out, flaps her wings. People, woo, to her theme. Woo! Right? Lyra has quietly become a great in-ring worker. And now she's developing her character at the same time. So I was looking forward to seeing what they would do here, and they delivered again. Excellent match. Some people are not going to like the outcome. I don't mind the outcome because I expected the outcome. And the outcome is going to make Lyra better. That's the whole goal here. The whole goal is to build Lyra. That's exactly what they're doing. Lyra, she takes the fight right to Becky Lynch before she even gets introduced. So, you know Lyra's angry. Lyra was angry coming in. They got to play that up. She followed her outside because Becky rolled to the outside. Lyra follows her and throws her into the steel steps and the barricade. Becky Lynch, she went right for some aggressive offense here. Beck-sploder suplex. She goes for a quick cover, gets a 2 count. Lyra countered a manhandle slam for a 2 count of her own. Becky Lynch dropped a series of leg drops. Lyra selling the neck now. Lynch chopped her into the ring. And Lyra picked up the pace here and dropped Becky with a modified driver of sorts. Michael Cole mentioned that Becky Lynch is 0-5 in her last 5 matches. So if that was a statistic that anybody took seriously, she was due for a win. Becky Lynch is fighting back. She sends Lyra flying into the corner. Lynch landed a spike DDT, which looked brutal. Lynch sent Lyra to the corner and went up top. She's up now on the top turnbuckle. Lyra's up there, hits a superplex, float over into a fisherman suplex, and gets a 2 count off of the fisherman suplex. Lyra tried a moonsault. Becky Lynch dodged it. Lynch locked in an armbar and started wrenching on the armbar as Lyra is trying to reverse it and does into a half crab. Becky Lynch gets to the rope to break the hold. Lyra splashed her out to the floor, and Lynch tried to get away, and she went over to the Spanish announce table. Lyra followed her over there and laid her out over the barricade. Lyra went up on the announce table and dropped a leg drop on Becky Lynch over the barricade, which looked brutal. She tosses Becky back in the ring. Lyra goes up to the top rope. Lynch caught her midair and powerbombed her down into a very close 3 count. This is where we got our first we want truth chants. I don't know why they came at this point when the match was just starting to get hot down the stretch. We got we want truth. I don't know why. No clue. Becky Lynch tried to get the offense here on Lyra. She tried to go for a manhandle slam from the top rope, but Lyra kicked out at a 2 after she successfully delivered one. Becky Lynch took her outside again, tossed Lyra into the ring post. Back of her head hit the ring post. She followed up with a manhandle slam on the outside. So Lyra's getting her ass kicked right now. I thought this was it. Lyra, she's on the outside and hits a Nightwing out of nowhere, which is basically the Michinoku driver on Becky, and they're both out. The referee is up to an 8, he's up to a 9, and I mean, they barely made it back in the ring at a 9 9/10. I thought they forgot that they had to roll back into the ring, man. They waited to the very last second to do so. They get in the ring, they trade shots, they trade roll-ups. Lynch gets one roll-up, and it's deep enough where she's got Lyra leveraged, and it looks like Becky hooks the tights. And the referee counts 1, 2, 3. Now, the way that this was shot was from the back, and you couldn't see live in action Becky hook the tights. If you were at the commentary desk, you saw Becky hook the tights. If you were watching from the direction facing Becky while this pin was being made, you saw her hook the tights. The referee was out of position, and the camera work here did not show initially that Becky hooked the tights. All it showed was a leverage pin. They showed a replay from the opposite side, and even then, it was very suspect. It looked like Becky hooked the tights. I believe she hooked a little bit of the tights, but they went with the narrative that Becky hooked the tights, and Becky cheated to win with the leverage pin, hooking the tights on Lyra Valkryia. Becky Lynch wins the Intercontinental Championship, and she is the new Intercontinental Champion. This was an excellent match. This was Lyra's best match on the main roster. After the match, per the agreement, Becky Lynch forced Lyra to raise her hand in victory. Lynch would not let that one go. And like the heel that she is, she's like, no, that's not enough. I want you to raise my hand on all 4 corners of the ring, she tells Lyra. So after that, she made Lyra put the belt on her. She was just really enjoying this. Lyra had enough. She hits a German suplex and a Nightwing on Becky Lynch and she leaves, the new champion writhing in pain as she walks away. First of all, I have been a Becky Lynch critic at one point or another in my YouTube content creation journey. In the Vince McMahon administration, I didn't care for Becky Lynch because I just feel like Becky just came off selfish. And I do feel like management made Becky a priority, even though she had fizzled out and she was slowly losing popularity. The old administration tried to continue to push Becky as something that she wasn't really in that current time. She wasn't as popular, and they just didn't understand that. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to know it. To continue to push Becky in that role was detrimental to Becky's presentation, and the fans didn't want it. They didn't. They didn't want to see it. They didn't want to know it. They wanted new. They wanted something else. They wanted someone else. Who that could have been, I don't know. Now you fast forward to what we're seeing now. Becky's been back since WrestleMania. Becky has proven her worth to not only Lyra, but the women's division. Becky's body of work is probably better than anybody's in that division right now. And you could sit there and tell me, JD, what about EO? EO's great. EO's great. But she's not greater than Becky. Becky is probably the best women's wrestler in the WWE. Her work is second to none. You got your Rios, you got your Rheas, you got your Stephanies. They will get there. When they get to where Becky is, then you can start saying, well, Stephanie's better than Becky. Becky right now is the most valuable female that the current roster has. The body of work that she's doing and what she's doing for Lyra at the same time, you can't put a price on that. You can't. And Becky is clearly on a mission to get Lyra over because she knows, I genuinely feel like Becky knows that Lyra could be a centerpiece. Becky, she may have her favorites. Becky truly has a say in what she wants to do and who she wants to take her crown when she can no longer do it. She clearly has Lyra pegged for that position. Will Lyra be the next Becky Lynch? Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows. But Becky clearly understands the mission. She's not going to be able to do this forever, and she's going to need someone else to step up and take her crown when the time calls for it. And right now, that's Lyra. This was a great match. I don't understand the Becky Lynch discourse. At one point or another, you could say Becky Lynch was selfish. The old administration made her selfish. Becky Lynch was 0-5 before coming into this match. She finally won one. She won the championship. Lyra beat her at Backlash. Becky beat Lyra here at Money in the Bank. The story is Lyra is going to now try and get revenge on Becky cheating after she told Lyra, I can no longer challenge you as long as you're the champion. If I lose this match, you're going to have to raise my hand. If I beat you, oh, I didn't like the ending, JD. I thought the ending was shit. Well, maybe you are hard of understanding the logic that they tried to give you. The whole reason why the match ended the way that it did and the whole reason why Becky cheated was because of the narrative that Becky wanted Lyra to raise her hand. The story now is Lyra raised the hands of a cheater. Lyra knew she cheated. Lyra had to raise her hand and suck it up, knowing that Becky cheated. It is not that difficult to understand. This is good for the title. This is good for Lyra. And this is going to be good for Lyra being even greater. Now we get Bayley coming back probably. Bayley's going to come back and seek revenge on Becky, putting her out and costing her WrestleMania. We may end up getting Becky versus Bayley at Night of Champions, with Lyra getting the rematch at Evolution and her winning the title back at Evolution. Or latest, SummerSlam. Becky holding the championship is going to be good for the title. Becky holding the championship is going to be good for Lyra. It's not going to be a forever reign. We're not going to be looking at Becky holding the title as long as Gunther. The mission here is to get Lyra over, and they are sticking to that, and they are doing a very good job. Very good job. Men's Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins. Penta. El Grande Americano. Solo Sikoa. And Andrade along with LA Knight. We got the entrances. The entrances for these Money in the Bank ladder matches are like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Everybody got their entrances. Everybody wanted revenge on Rollins because of what Rollins did on Friday Night SmackDown. Rollins got attacked and sent to the outside by Penta, Andrade, and LA Knight, because those are the three guys that Rollins attacked on Friday Night SmackDown as he made his presence known with his boys, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, along with Paul Heyman. Then they turned their attention, after dispatching Seth Rollins, they turned their attention to Solo Sikoa. They sent him to the outside. Grande Americano was next. Rollins managed to get back in the ring. He took out Penta and Andrade. Everyone was down on the outside, and Americano picked up a ladder, and he smacks everyone in the match with the ladder. Supposedly, the discussion on commentary turned into, is it Gable or is it not Gable? Wade Barrett healing it up, saying that it's Grande Americano. Pat McAfee mentioning that it's Grande Americano. Michael Cole thinks it's Chad Gable. And all of a sudden, the commentary discussion started discussing the size and the color of Chad Gable's nipples and basing his identity on the size of his nipples. This is what the commentary team has degenerated into. Pretty weird. Penta had Americano in the corner and delivered some chops until Rollins hit him with the ladder in the midsection. Grande Americano threw Rollins onto a ladder. Looked like a razor's edge maneuver. Set up a ladder in the ring. It was a small ladder. Solo gets in there. Solo punches him in the gut. LA Knight gets back in there. Sends Solo into the ladder, laid him out with a couple of stiff shots. Solo fought back and attempted a Samoan drop on LA Knight onto the ladder, but Knight reversed it and knocked Solo out with an elbow. He then climbed the ladder. Penta joined him at the top. This wasn't a huge ladder. It was a medium-sized ladder, regulatory ladder here. The bigger ladders didn't come into play until Rollins now brings in a bigger ladder. He climbed up, and Americano went up the other side. Solo then sets up a third ladder, which Andrade climbs up. They all battle atop the ladders. We got three varying sizes of ladders here. Penta, Rollins, and Andrade all fall. Rollins dumped Americano's ladder and delivered a pedigree to Penta. Solo and Rollins are in there, and the only two in the ring standing. Solo went for a Samoan spike. Rollins hits a super kick, knocks him down. Rollins set up a ladder in the corner and launched Solo into it with a drop toe hold and then a curb stomp. Rollins grabbed another ladder and set it up in the middle of the ring. Grande Americano climbed up. He grabs Rollins and he puts Rollins in an ankle lock on the ladder. So just imagine Rollins going downwards on a ladder with Grande Americano on the other side, giving Rollins an ankle lock. Commentary team said that this was taught to him by Chad Gable or Kurt Angle. Andrade tried to climb up over Rollins and hit a sunset bomb on Americano off the ladder. Penta and Rollins flew backwards into the corner where a ladder was. Penta and Andrade went to the top of the ladder, and Andrade offered Penta a chance to grab the briefcase. They're going back and forth. You want it. SA, you want it. Go ahead. Go take it. They're arguing back and forth. Who wants it? You want it? Go ahead. Okay. So clearly, it was out of respect, but Penta and Andrade, they go at it. It's every man for himself. Andrade sets up a ladder bridge to the corner and climbed up on top of it with Penta. He tried to suplex Penta, but Penta blocked it and hits a Mexican destroyer on the ladder, just destroying Andrade's neck. Solo leapt into the ring, takes out Penta, and mocked him. Instead of climbing the ladder, he mocked him. That gave Knight an opening to pull Solo out of the ring and throw him into the barricade. LA Knight then now sets up a ladder bridge between the ring and the barricade and then threw Solo into the steel steps. LA Knight climbed into the ring. Penta met him with a destroyer and started climbing the ladder himself. Grande Americano suplexed him off the ladder and then did the same to Seth and then to LA Knight and then to Andrade. So Grande Americano is on a huge Chad Gable-like offensive spree. Rollins charges at Americano. And Americano dodges and sends Rollins into a ladder. Grande Americano then went under the ring and finally revealed the official Fireball Whiskey branded ladder that the Creed brothers hid underneath the ring before the show. Now, Americano grabs the ladder and he does an airplane spin with the ladder and takes everybody out in the comical spot in these ladder matches where everybody's got to pretend to get up and walk into the ladder like a fucking idiot. They all got up twice and walked into the ladder with this guy spinning around. Americano then took everybody out, climbs up the ladder. Penta gets back up. He climbs the ladder with Americano. They fought on top of this fireball ladder. Penta sends him down. Rollins is now up there. Americano, he's on the outside. We see the camera focus in on him. He starts to slide a steel plate in his mask, which is totally legal. Totally legal. Rollins and Penta fighting on top of the fireball ladder. Rollins fell. Penta was left alone at the top. Fans were going crazy because they wanted Penta to win. Americano gets into the ring, scrambles up a ladder. I don't know what had happened here. There was a ladder in the corner. LA Knight tried to do a slingshot on Grande Americano into this ladder. I don't know what it resulted in. It looked like LA Knight just gave up doing this slingshot. Grande Americano climbs up this ladder that is horizontally placed up the steel post. He climbs up the ladder, jumps up to the top rope, grabs another ladder, rides it into the ladder that Penta's on, and then climbs up the top of the ladder with Penta. This was a great fucking spot. This was a great spot. He headbutts Penta with the mask, the loaded mask. Americano then goes for the briefcase, which the crowd popped. This was a great spot. Crowd was popping. They wanted Americano to pull down the briefcase. LA Knight pulls him off. Rollins was left alone in the ring and climbed the fireball ladder. Heyman is yelling, urging him on to go grab the briefcase. Andrade climbs up there. Rollins sent him down. Penta comes back. Andrade pulled Rollins off. Penta and Andrade fought on top of the ladder. Solo races up. And Andrade was forced to hang from the contraption that is holding the briefcase. He was basically hanging up there, swinging in the wind for a little bit. Penta climbed a different ladder. Rollins is on the outside. You see him audibly yell, "Boys!" He's yelling for his guys to come on down. This is when Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed make their introduction to the match. They came out, they cleaned house. They took everybody out. Braun Breaker absolutely speared Americano in half. Took him out completely. took LA Knight out. Andrade, Penta, they all got taken out. Braun Breaker speared Americano. He speared LA Knight. We got a tsunami from Bronson Reed and a senton from Bronson Reed on Andrade and Penta. Breaker speared Knight on the outside. Reed hit a tsunami off the top rope on Andrade. Suddenly, Jacob Fatu's music plays. And he walks out with JC Mateo. Now, the last time we saw Jacob Fatu was on Friday Night SmackDown, and he was eavesdropping a conversation between Solo and JC Mateo, where Solo was making fun of Jacob, telling him he usually says he's all gas and no brakes. Jacob Fatu really is all gas and no brains. Jacob Fatu, after Solo and JC Mateo walked away, he revealed himself. He heard everything that they said about him. He was not happy, and he was not going to be happy coming on into tonight. So we got Breaker and Reed taking everybody out. Rollins is on the outside. He's letting his boys go to work. Fatu and Mateo show up. We got Rollins group and the Bloodline. Or the new blood, Solo's Bloodline, going at it. All four of these guys brawl on the outside. Mateo gets speared through a barricade by Breaker. Fatu hits a pop-up Samoan drop on Bronson Reed. Yeah. A pop-up Samoan drop on Bronson Reed, followed by a suicide dive onto Bronson Reed on the outside, because after the Samoan drop, he rolled to the outside. Fatu puts Solo back in the ring and set up a ladder for him. Solo noticed that the ladder was too short, so he has Fatu grab a proper-sized ladder, a bigger ladder. Fatu sets it up. Solo's climbing the ladder. Fatu is guarding the ladder so nobody interferes here. Soon as Solo gets to the top of the ladder, he grabs the briefcase, and Fatu down below grabs Solo's leg. Fatu can't let Solo win this after what he said. Solo's trying to climb. He can't. Fatu's got a grip, a death grip on his ankle. He pulls Solo down off the ladder, but before he pulls him down, he yells, "I hate you, Solo!" He pulls him down. He super kicks him in the face. He moves the ladder. He drags Solo to the corner. He does the mighty moonsault on Solo. Sikoa gets revenge on Solo for making fun of him behind his back on SmackDown. Fatu slams Solo through the bridge that LA Knight had set up earlier. Choke slammed him off the apron, through the ladder bridge, and he was gone. He was taken out. Rollins grabbed another fireball ladder, because we needed two. We couldn't just have one in this match. Grabs another fireball ladder. He set it up in the middle of the ring. Nobody moved. Everybody was sleeping. Rollins climbs the ladder. LA Knight pulls him down, delivers a lariat, knocks Rollins out. I thought this was it. I thought Knight was going to win it. Knight raced up the ladder. Rollins quickly recovers and throws him headfirst into the fireball ladder and then delivers a curb stomp. Rollins climbs the ladder, and it's just academic from here, folks. He grabs the briefcase, and Seth Rollins is a two-time Mr. Money in the Bank. WWE wanted to tease you. They wanted to give you a hope here and a hope there and play out some stories. They did. Rollins wins the briefcase. We got Solo and Fatu on a collision course for SummerSlam. That's going to be it. Or maybe they do Priest first, and then they do Solo. So Fatu is going to be busy. Fatu is going to be very busy for the United States title. But that's the next major program. It's going to be Fatu and Solo. Solo's obviously going to seek revenge on Jacob Fatu. Story. JC Mateo never liked Jacob Fatu, and Fatu never liked JC Mateo. There was tension as soon as they brought him to SmackDown. So that was played out here good. The quicker we break them up, the better. Fatu does not need to be aligned with Solo. Andrade and Penta canceled each other out. They were not going to win it. Grande Americano. Chad Gable is just otherworldly. He is fucking great. He wrestled Vikingo in a barn burner of a match for 20 minutes and then wrestled here and did what he did here. If Chad Gable is not deserving of a world championship or a championship at some point this year, then Triple H will again have fumbled. Chad Gable was fucking fantastic today, and hopefully he is rewarded. LA Knight and Seth Rollins were the only two choices here. We went over why they went with one over the other. LA Knight's been in 3 of these things and has nothing to show for it. Rollins is now a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. Rollins makes sense. Rollins is logical. Rollins is the direction that they're going in and has been the direction that they're going in. He's progression towards the world title, towards SummerSlam. LA Knight, I don't know. He needs to move to Monday night fast. When Rollins wins the world championship, LA Knight should be on Raw challenging him for the world title. That is going to be a major world title program on Monday night. Prediction. The one question that I had here is, where was Punk and where was Reigns? No Roman. And no CM Punk. You would think that CM Punk would be hell-bent on costing Rollins the Money in the Bank briefcase. He did everything in his power to stop Drew McIntyre last year. But he just lets Rollins win the briefcase. Where was Punk? Where was Sami Zayn? Where was Roman Reigns? Not a single peep from any one of them. And Sami said on Monday to Punk, we can't have Seth Rollins win the briefcase. You don't want to know what this place is going to look like if he accomplishes his mission. You got to stop him. Where is he? After the promo that Sami cut on Punk, you just let this guy walk into Los Angeles and steal the Money in the Bank and not even a fucking peep from any one of them. Little weird, bro. Little fucking weird. I thought we would get at least one of them. Not a single fucking one of them. This was a great match. I know some people are not going to like the advertisements and the egregious Fireball logo on the ladder and the Cash App logo on the briefcase. Some people are not going to like that this match is overbooked and fucking silly and it was chaotic. It's a Money in the Bank ladder match. Like, you should expect things to go down the way that they do. We knew coming out of Friday that Fatu was going to be a factor in Solo being Mr. Money in the Bank or not. Rollins is not going to go into this match and not have his boys, not have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in the building and then not utilize them to help him win. Why are you so shocked that this match ended up the way that it did? Do you not want to see Rollins? Hey guys, I need help. The fuck are you aligning these guys together for? Why do you got a group if you're not going to use them? It's your advantage. I do think that WWE could have given us a little shock and awe with LA Knight winning it, but my prediction is Rollins goes into Monday. We get Gunther and Jey. Triple threat match is made. He pins Jey. He wins the world title. And that's it. And on from there we go. Jay's got to go compete for King of the Ring, possibly. Or I don't even think so. I don't know. Cash in on Monday, my prediction. This was a very good ladder match. I enjoyed this ladder match. Was it the best men's Money in the Bank ladder match that we've gotten? No. No, it was not. WWE made it official tonight. WrestleMania is returning to Las Vegas. WrestleMania Las Vegas in 2026, April 18th and April 19th. Get angry. Speak with your wallets. Don't attend. You want to really hurt WWE? Don't go. If you're that upset, don't go. Main event. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. John Cena's mission is to ruin pro wrestling. John Cena's mission with Logan Paul is to ruin pro wrestling by building up the guy who is not an active, full-time WWE superstar. And the one guy that everybody hates. How do I ruin pro wrestling even more? By guiding Logan Paul to where you don't want him. That doesn't make me interested in seeing this. That's just the story that they're telling. Cody Rhodes is back. He showed up at Saturday night's main event. He's obviously back for one reason, and that's the WWE title, because he was robbed from John Cena and Travis Scott, who we did not see here, thank God. And Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes have a connection. They were former Raw Tag Team Champions. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble by eliminating John Cena. Jey Uso is now the World Heavyweight Champion. Logan Paul wants the World Heavyweight Championship. And if John Cena is going to ruin pro wrestling, he's going to guide Logan Paul to win the World Heavyweight Championship so that they could both ruin pro wrestling together. It's basically the Cliff Notes version of the story here. Not much else went into this at all. We got the entrances, we got the introductions, we got Uso wanting a repeat of Yeet, but Logan Paul said, fuck that. He came out. We got everybody's introduction. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul start things off. Logan Paul immediately tagged in Cena. Cena locked up with Cody. He quickly ran back to Logan Paul and tagged Logan Paul back in. Cody Rhodes got Logan Paul up in a vertical suplex. Stalling vertical suplex, old school, 30 seconds or so, dropped him down. Uso gets a tag from Cody. He comes in to take on Logan. This was the main event of Saturday night's main event a couple weeks ago. Logan Paul met him with a big right hand, knocked Uso down. Two more by Logan Paul. Uso came back, pop-up neck breaker. He sent Logan Paul, who was dazed at this point, over into the corner, and he did yeet. Punches by the Yeet Man. Logan Paul fights back with a blockbuster and gets a near fall on Jey Uso. Cena jumps in, starts punching on Uso. Cena sent Uso into the corner and distracted the referee so Logan could get a few cheap shots in. At this point, the match was very slow and methodical, and Cena was just clearly wasting time. Slowly working a pace that was definitely more to his style, where he can't really do much of anything, and he was just kind of coasting. I was coasting off to sleep because I was yawning. I was 2 espresso lattes in. Man, I couldn't stay awake for this, man. I'm like, holy fuck, man. They better have a great ending with this match closing the fucking show. They got to give us something here. I was starting to get bored here, bro. I'm not the only one. Uso reversed an Irish whip, sent Cena into the corner. He reached for the hot tag. Logan Paul got one in first and pulled him back into the corner for a gut-wrench slam. Paul dragged Uso to his corner, isolating him from Rhodes. Rhodes is pacing like a wild man on the apron. Cena delivered a big lariat to Jey. Cena slowly starts picking apart Uso, countering everything that Uso could give. He delivered a 5-knuckle shuffle. Uso popped up, put Cena in a sleeper. Logan Paul was too far away to make a tag. Cena backed him into the corner, though, squashing Uso against the corner, tagging Logan Paul in before Uso could do anything at this point. Jey is getting a yeet down by John Cena and Logan Paul. Logan Paul hits a big leg drop onto Uso. He then prevented Uso from making another tag. He isolates Uso again in their corner. So Logan Paul and John Cena working as a cohesive unit here. Cena tagged in, ran over to Rhodes, gave him a cheap shot, turned back to Uso. Referee tried to calm Cody Rhodes down, which obviously showed the referee with his back turned, so Cena and Logan Paul double-teamed Uso behind the referee's back. Cena went for another cheap shot on Rhodes, but this time Cody saw it coming. He blocked it. He sent Cena back to Uso with a punch. Logan Paul tags himself back in, but Cena did not appreciate the blind tag. So Cena tagged himself back in. And the two start arguing. The two start shoving each other. John Cena's yelling at Logan Paul, I'm here to teach you. Logan Paul's shoving John Cena, I want to learn, teach me. Oh, you want to learn, huh? They just start shoving each other. I'm like, here we go. Is this going to be the World's Heavyweight title match, the WWE title match for Saudi Arabia? John Cena and Logan Paul. They start arguing with each other. Uso, at this point, crawling away because they don't even realize, and he makes the hot tag to Cody Rhodes. Rhodes jumped in, cleared out Cena and Logan Paul, hits a Cody cutter on Cena, dumped Logan to the floor, and then he suicide dives all over Logan Paul. Rhodes then hits Cena with a big missile dropkick off the top rope. And Logan Paul back in, hits Rhodes in the face. This gives Cena a chance to hit an AA and delivers it on Cody, and Uso breaks up the pin. Rhodes grabs Cena and landed a crossroads. Logan Paul went up top for a big splash. He missed it, and he hits Cena with the splash accidentally. Uso hits a spear on Logan, and everyone was laid out in the middle of the ring. Cena and Uso then get to their feet. They start exchanging rights and lefts. Cena tried for an AA, but he got super kicked. Logan Paul took Cena's place, and he and Uso exchanged punches. Rhodes comes in. He started jabbing at Logan. Logan hit him in the gut, and he went for the big bionic elbow and hits a pulverizer. Instead of going for the cover off of his finish, Logan went up top, and he threw his drone camera in the air. That gave Cody Rhodes a chance to superplex him down while holding the drone in his hand, and we got this clear, awesome shot of Logan holding the drone and the perspective of the drone off of the superplex. He still has the drone in his hand, and Uso comes off the top and delivers an Uso splash with Logan Paul still holding the drone in his hand. This was a great spot. Cena comes in, AA on Uso, AA on Rhodes. Rhodes kicks out of the attitude adjustment. Cena took Rhodes to the outside, cleared off the announce desk. He cleared off the Spanish commentary desk and put Rhodes on the American announce desk. Cena puts Rhodes up for an AA, but Rhodes gets free. Uso comes in, runs across both tables, and delivers a spear to Cena through the American announce desk, but it doesn't break. Logan Paul then hits a moonsault from the ring onto Uso on the table, and they both go through the table. That was awesome. Mind you, I almost forgot to mention that Logan tried a buckshot lariat and botched it. He botched it. Maybe we should stop doing the buckshot. There's a little too much zest on the flip into the ring by Logan Paul. He completely botched it. This he did not botch, though. This looked great. Moonsault off the second rope. He got some massive distance. Delivered a moonsault through Uso and the table. Excellent spot. At this point, referee's out there checking on Uso and Logan Paul. Cena gets the WWE title, grabs it, gets into the ring, nails Cody with it the same way he did at WrestleMania. And all of a sudden, we see a masked man enter the ring. He spears Cena. He picks up the WWE title. It was R-Truth. He nails Cena with the title. He runs away. Crowd goes crazy. He left through the crowd. Cena's knocked out cold because Truth hit him with the title. Rhodes gets up. Crossroads on Cena. 1, 2, 3. And Cody Rhodes pins the WWE champion with the assist from R-Truth, making his return to the WWE. The R-Truth return was great. Nobody expected it. And it really added a flavor to this match that I don't think anybody else was going to be able to add. I thought this was great. The first 12 minutes, 15 minutes or so were boring as fuck. Then things picked up. Things ended in a hot way, and it ended up being a thumbs-up match. This was good stuff. I talked about the R-Truth inclusion in the beginning of the show. It's the first thing that we started the show off with. This is not a work. This is not a work. Triple H can say it's a work all he wants. It's not a work. They fucked up. They realized they fucked up, and they made the appropriate changes to correct their fuck up. This is not a work. If you're just joining me now, this is not a work. If you say it's a work, I'm kicking you out of here. It's not a work. You, me, and everybody else that made a video, that made a tweet, that talked about it, that ranted about it, that had something to say about it, you facilitated change. You were the change. You made a multi-billion-dollar company bend the knee because you wanted truth back, and you made WWE realize that they fucked up. I don't know why on any planet you would want it to be a work instead of being you making the change and helping the company realize that they fucked up. It's not a work. Everybody made such a big deal about it. The locker room made a big deal about it that WWE quickly realized, hey, we fucked up. Let's renegotiate this deal. Let's get him back. This guy had the number one selling t-shirt following Saturday night's main event. They didn't even realize it. TKO didn't even realize it. They bring him back, put new merchandise out there right as the show ended, and I'm sure it's going to be the number one selling t-shirt on WWE Shop within the fucking 24 hours that it's up there. It's probably already the number one shirt by the time this stream ends. You were the change. You. Be proud of that. Don't convince yourself, oh, this was planned all along. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a work. It wasn't a work. Anybody that says it's a work in the chat, Hula Grim, Sidro, get him out. Get him out. R-Truth is now Ron Killings. John Cena. He beat R-Truth at Saturday night's main event. Now we got Ron Killings back. R-Truth is so disheartened and so heartbroken over his hero being the way that he is. He's now Ron Killings. Is Ron Killings going to be the reason that John Cena sees the light again? Is Ron Killings going to be the assist that Cody Rhodes needs to win the WWE title back? Ron Killings is 53 years old, man. At no point do I want to see him in a huge every week role. This is John Cena's last year. If you can't find a role for him in this fucking story, that's on you. You fucked up. WWE fucked it up, and they made nothing out of it. Now this is their second chance to do something with it, and I'm highly intrigued where they go with it. And he deserves to be a part of this because he has been on this John Cena thing for years. So why not? They haven't done anything else with John Cena's run so far. How bad could this possibly be? I would rather see this with somebody that we love and respect in R-Truth than anybody else, especially if R-Truth is now dropping the comedy, dropping the rapping, dropping the what's up, and he's going back to Ron Killings, and we're getting a serious R-Truth. I'm all for it. This was not a work. This was WWE realizing that they needed to make a change, not only to bring him back, but a change to elicit some excitement in this John Cena heel run that they had no fucking plans for because Dwayne opted to sit at home and do nothing about it. Triple H didn't help matters by getting rid of the one guy that Cena could have had a great story with and then moved on to do what? We needed something. R-Truth could be that something. I'm excited to see where it goes. I thought Money in the Bank was a thumbs-up show. Was it the best Money in the Bank show that they've done? No. Was it one of the best WWE shows that they put on all year? Seeing the lack of excitement for most of their shows, I would probably put this behind Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble. Elimination Chamber was the best pro wrestling show of the entire year. Money in the Bank delivered. It was a thumbs-up show. There was a lot to like. There were some things I didn't like. Questionable booking decisions. We got the return of R-Truth. All in all, it was a thumbs-up show. And I was entertained through the 3 hours that we were live on air. 3.5 hours. Worlds Collide was excellent as well. It was a solid afternoon of pro wrestling. Thank you guys for a great stream. We're going to get into your super chats. I really appreciate every single one of you, man. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Follow me on social media. At JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys are listening after the fact and have made it this far, please leave a comment. Helps us out tremendously. We love being in the algorithm. YouTube pushes the stream, pushes the channel into the recommended. Thumbs up and a comment help us out in a very big way. Go check out today's content. Update on Karrion Kross. WWE may let him walk. Details on Mariah May's NXT debut this past Tuesday. Updates on Wardlow and Camille in AEW. Go check that out on the homepage. Go check out yesterday's video. Go check out the live streams that we did. We were live on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We're a busy little channel over here, bro. Continue to hit that thumbs up. We got 1,600 likes. Thank you. New goal. 1,750 likes. Can we do it before we get out of here? Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. I know you don't want to walk into the bedroom without the Money in the Bank briefcase. Your ticket to the WWE Championship, just like Rollins and Naomi have, is Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. You ever walk into the bedroom and feel like it's a 4-hour AEW Dynamite and all you want to do is just close your eyes and go to sleep? No excitement, boring as fuck. Dead crowd. 1,500 people in a fucking 15,000-seat arena, man. Who wants it? Who wants to be a part of that? That's not fun. Now just imagine yourself winning Money in the Bank. Cashing in that briefcase and becoming the WWE Champion, man. That's what Blue Chew feels like. Blue Chew is a unique product with active ingredients like Viagra and Cialis in a chewable tablet. Comes at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime you want, anytime, day or night. Plan whenever that opportunity does arise. Sign up at BlueChew.com. You're going to consult with one of their online medical providers. And once you are approved, you're going to receive your prescription within days. No questions asked. No doctor's office visits. No waiting in line behind the old blue-haired lady at the pharmacy. No awkward conversations. You know, that blue-haired lady, man, she's in line waiting for her penicillin. Honey, did you take out the garbage? Did you feed the fish? Yeah, you don't want to be behind that lady. Oh, look, Agatha, I got my hair done over at the salon on 8th Avenue. No, you don't want to be behind that lady. You don't. Smells like cigarettes. No, you don't want to be behind her, man. Come on. We've all been there. Sign up. BlueChew.com, code JD, man. It's delivered right to your front door very discreetly. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. Thank you for Blue Chew being here as a sponsor right here on Off the Script. Let's get into your super chats. Michael Krause. Yeah! Money in the Bank. Let's go, JD and OTS. Thank you, Michael. Nate with a 5. Worlds Collide was awesome. What was your favorite match? Vikingo and Gable. Mine was the opener and followed by the 4-way. And I'm happy that Corey is out of the doghouse. I miss him. His brother wrestles in Mexico, so it would be apropos for Corey Graves to call a AAA show. Boss Mo Jackson with a $1.99 and a $4.99. OTS for life. Money in the Bank is my favorite PLE of the year. Yeah. Naomi, I never take serious. I think it's the promos. The bright ring attire and moveset. I don't get her. Her whole act doesn't work for me. Repackage ASAP. Sounds like a you problem, Jackson. They just did a repackage. She's a heel. Cody with the 37 months. Rhea and Stephanie on the ladder. Goddamn. Never been so jealous of a ladder before. Yeah, I know. I know. Adam H, 6262 with a $9.99. How much longer is Brian Snicker going to get a free pass in Atlanta? He's been a detriment to this team for a while. Bro, the season's over. The season's over. Let them continue to lose so that he's guaranteed a termination at the end of the year. If they don't fire him before the All-Star break, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Imagine the All-Star game being in Atlanta and none of your players are going to be there to experience and have fun with it. Michelle Moran with a 2. Good men's ladder match, but the wrong man won. I won't say the wrong man won. It wasn't the one we wanted. That doesn't make it wrong. Nightmares Adventures with a new membership. Thank you, brother. Toya ain't nice with it, too. So I guess we see Sammy and Punk and Roman this Monday? Maybe. Maybe they stop Rollins from cashing it in. Maybe they stop the cash in Monday. Vincent Tarantini with 37 months. The men's Money in the Bank winner was wrong. Both LA Knight and Karrion Kross got screwed. When that match ended, the crowd was taken out of the main event. OTS for life. Were they? They sounded pretty hot to me. Oh, and by the way, another narrative I see floating around on social media is that the show was empty. The crowd was empty. No, it wasn't. You people are too stupid. Those people are too stupid. Let me rephrase that. Not you guys. Those people on social media are too stupid because the Intuit Dome has those lights up and down the aisleways and in the seats. When they are bright and the lights are dimmed, you can't see if anybody's sitting there. At some point during the show, WWE had to tell the fucking arena to dim those lights and take those lights down so that we could see the people in attendance. The show was very much sold out tonight. Don't listen to any of these fucking retarded sickos. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Not like it fucking matters. I don't give a fuck. Crowd was hot all night. Boss Mo Jackson with a $1.99 and a $4.99. LA Knight not winning Money in the Bank is criminal and a travesty. I won't be surprised if Rollins pulled some strings to get his crew a title shot to take the titles off of the New Day. I'd love to see that. I'd actually love to see that, by the way. Dan Z was in the arena. He says it was full. There you go. There you go. Toya nice with the $2 super chat. Truth. WWE played us all. I love it. They didn't play us, Toya. This was not planned. This was very much them correcting a mistake. Richie V with a $4.99. I'm convinced that Triple H does not believe in LA Knight. 3 Money in the Bank matches and no wins in either of them. What more does he have to do? Hopefully one day his time will come. I'm just going to chalk it up right now as right now is not his time. The current landscape does not fit the LA Knight narrative. Let's get him off SmackDown first, and then let's talk about where he goes. Isaac Estrada with a 5 months. What are your thoughts on WWE bringing back Truth? Was it a work? Talked about it in the beginning of the show, brother. Michelle, happy for our Truth. We might be getting round 2 of he and Cena in Saudi, and maybe Papa H has Seth cash in on Monday, only to be screwed by Punk, Sammy, or Roman. We will see. I don't know what Cena is doing in Saudi. All I know is that the King and Queen of the Ring will take place. The finals will take place in Saudi. Toya Nice with a 2. Knight should have won. However, I enjoyed Money in the Bank. Yeah. Not going to sit and tell you it wasn't a good show because my guy didn't win. It was a good show. Joey Taylor with a 2. Money in the Bank, 5 out of 10. Seth winning was a surprise. I wouldn't say it was a surprise. He made the most sense. I think people just wanted different because Seth was too predictable. Richie V with a $4.99. Maybe he didn't want to risk an LA Knight heel turn going after and pinning Jey, and also didn't want to pin Gunther again since he already lost clean at Mania. This is why I said earlier, I think Rollins cashing in on Monday and pinning Jey is probably the best way to go about it. Glow J with a 4 months and a $2 super chat. Hi, JD. All ball as well. Just wanted to say I loved your show. I enjoyed Money in the Bank tonight. Surprised ending made me jump for joy. Jacob is my hero. Awesome show. Jacob is the man. R-Truth. Yeah. Thank you, Glow J. Richard Cohn with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, Money in the Bank was real good. I did not like that Cody's match. It sucked. But I did like the surprise ending. But I did like Jacob's surprise on Solo. Yeah. Lauren Marie Hutton with a 2. R-Truth is back. WWE swerved us all. The WWE didn't swerve us. This was not planned. Andre Benson with a 2. WWE did let R-Truth go, but hired Ron Killings. Sure. Soma BT with a 5. We got truth. We did. We got truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Michael Evans with a 35 months. This show felt like AEW. Half-empty arena. Truth saved them from that being the headline tonight. Michael Evans, you watched the wrong show, bro. This was not a half-empty building. I don't know what show you watched. Maybe you accidentally turned on Collision. Jay Barker with a 5. Everyone go on X and get We Want Cross trending. Keep it up. If they let Crosswalk, it's going to be just as bad. Mr. Premium 2002 with a $4.99. I know you'll mention it on your stream, but work or shoot for truth. This was a shoot. None of this was a work. Yeah, it was all part of the show because they made it a part of the show after they fucked up. Hidden Network with a 250 rupees. I believe that's rupees. Man, oh man, JD, tonight was a great show, and R-Truth showing up in the main event was a surprise that made me stand up and shout. OTS for life. Absolutely, brother. Crosswalk. Yeah, they're going to let Crosswalk. JJ with a 5. When Cena hit R-Truth with the belt, knocked him back to Ron Killings, yeah? Too bad he was last seen talking to ghosts on Friday Night SmackDown. It's almost like that never happened. Kim Gray with a $1.99. This was We Want Cody Part 2. Certainly feels like it. Negative Creep. $5 super chat. Triple H saying it is a work is about as believable as TK being scared for his life. Bro. Guys, please do not trust a pro wrestling promoter, man. They are avid liars. Avid liars. Every fucking one of them. They do what they want, what's best for them, and fuck everybody else. That's it. Don't believe Triple H. Edwin J. Garcia with a $4.99. LA Knight should have won, but I think they're planting the seeds for Seth versus LA Knight. Yes, I do think Knight is moving over to Raw, and I think when Rollins is the champ, LA Knight's going after Rollins. Jose Perez with a $1.99. It's the Matt Hardy effect 20 years later. OTS for life. Sidra with a 5. I've always wondered if songbirds get mad at hummingbirds for not knowing the words. And what do snowmen eat at a Mexican restaurant? Burritos. Arriba! Arriba! Oh, my goodness. We got a fucking bomb in here. Oh, my goodness. Our guy.
Drink a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Oh no.
5 beers.
Oh
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
We got a one. Well, actually, that's not 100. We got a $300 bomb by our boy Havili. Oh, my goodness. This fucking guy, man, he comes in, he walks in, he fucking buys everybody a drink. What's up, JD? Shout out from Brisbane, Australia. Thanks for everything you do again. Thank you for everything you do, Havili. Worlds Collide or Money in the Bank. I'm going Worlds Collide. I enjoyed myself very much during Worlds Collide. How could you not enjoy Mr. Iguana? Thoughts on Deion Sanders playing on the same day for both Falcons and the Braves? Most likely Stephanie Vaquer winning the Queen of the Ring to face Io Sky at SummerSlam. Thanks, JD. You are the GOATs. You know what, Havili?
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Absolutely, man. Havili, love you, brother. Thank you. I could see Stephanie winning the Queen of the Ring. I could. Is she my number one choice? No. Do I think she'll be in it? Yes, I do. I think we very likely could get a Rhea Stephanie semifinal. It could be Rhea versus Io. It could be Stephanie versus Io. We're probably looking at a Charlotte Jade showdown as well in the semifinal, which interests me less. Nobody wants to see that. Havili, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Deion Sanders, man, I love Deion Sanders. Man, that was a great time. There will never be another Deion Sanders. Sidra with a $5 super chat. I always want. Oh yeah, we just read that one. Burritos, arriba. Matt Martin with a 5. AJD, 2 good shows today. I was satisfied. Love Mr. Iguana. Where do you think they will go with Truth? Also, thoughts on the return of the King of the Ring. Love it. Love that SummerSlam has a main event set up through the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. Where do I think they go with Truth? I think Truth is going to be the Truth to get John Cena back to the good side. That's my prediction. Zeno, thank you for the 100, brother. Appreciate your generosity. Irish Ryan 007 with a 1999. They went all in on this. It's not every day we get a story that people get behind someone like this, especially versus a heel Cena. TKO doesn't care about backlash. Never has. Just a theory. Don't want it to be a work, though. Bro, Triple H can't take any more negativity, bro. There's a lot of negativity around the product, and it's not because of, you know, a lot of it has to do with the creative, but it's also things that he has no say in. Like, the ticket prices are not his problem. He's not the one coming up with the prices. TKO is. But the negative feedback to WWE because of them letting R-Truth go was not a good look. It's just not a good look for the company. You could look at it as a you know, a roster move, a budget cut reason, financial reason, but I mean, at what point does loyalty matter to anybody? Why is loyalty so disregarded? It's very disheartening. Sidro with a 5. Who takes the deposit money if you don't return your soda cans? The Illuminati. The Illuminati. 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 Yes. Inventor of the throat lozenges died. There's no coffin. There's no coffin at his funeral. Aluminum-ati. Aluminum-ati, yes. There's no coffin at his funeral. B Mandible with a 999. With WWE being what it is today, it's beautifully overproduced and streamlined, polished corporate logos everywhere. TK has an amazing opportunity on its hands to be true and an alternative, period. Yes, I agree. I agree. Will he capitalize on that? No. TK wishes he had at least a fourth of the sponsors WWE does. Nobody wants to sponsor AEW because it's an indie mud show fucking clown show. Mr. Premium 2002 with a $4.99. Following my last super chat, I'm honestly with you on this one. Everyone else I know has the opinion that it's a work. I just don't buy it. It's not a work. It's not a work. It's not a work. It's not a work. Robert Hurt with 51 months. What's up, brother? SummerSlam just got good with Becky versus Bayley for the IC title. We could see that as early as Evolution. We could see it in Saudi, and then we get Lyra and Becky at Evolution. Who knows? Who knows where they go? Good stuff, though. DJ Iffy with a $9.99. I'm deflated. LA Knight is cooked. No longer supporting the brand fiscally because to me it's personal. I hate Triple L. I know I sound childish, but I'm just burnt. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they don't push LA Knight better. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I couldn't tell you. I don't get it. The guy is top 5 babyface in the company. Still gets huge reactions. Basic with a $4.99. TKO has the announcers playing with toys to promote them. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty annoying. Sidra with a 5. What do you call a musician who hates to be touched? A no-holds barred. And why don't horses make good project team members? They're constant naysayers. Okay. Speaking of horses, did anybody watch the Belmont Stakes today? Supposedly Mark Tremonti was singing New York, New York by Frank Sinatra tonight. I missed it. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Dude wipes on knee pads. LOL. You the GOAT. JD. Illuminati with a 2. Do you see Jay losing to Gunther on Monday? No, I see him losing to Seth Rollins. Boss Mo Jackson with a $1.99. I agree. The sleeping spots are ridiculous. 2 thumbs down. Sidra with a 5. Seth with wet wipes sponsor in the future on his promo in ring. I am the visionary. I am the tissuary. I am Seth Wipin Rollins. Seth Wipin Rollins. Hashtag wipe it down. I could see them doing a commercial for dude wipes like that, yeah. Hologram. Why do you think I'm here, bro? Why would I willingly give up my stream in front of almost 6,000 people to go sit over there and make $0? Financially, it doesn't make sense. American red kiwi fruit. Thank you for your donation, brother. Appreciate you. Kevin Delator with a $9.99. Unrelated to anything, JD. I haven't seen your show religiously since 2017. Algorithm brought me here. Glad you're still big. Anyways, was there a fallout with your old co-host from a while back? Thanks. Well, Kevin, you could see where that channel has gone, and you could see where my channel's gone, man. Do you blame me for not working over there anymore? Some people refuse to change. Some people refuse to grow up, evolve. Couldn't be me, man. Royalty with a 21 months. Happy Ghostbusters Day, JD. I'm in New York as we speak. The drinks are indeed cold, and I even had an old-fashioned today in your honor. Thank you, brother. Where did you go drinking, Royalty? I would have been in the city today, play some Pokemon Go because it's Pokemon Go Fest, but the weather was terrible today. Enjoy your stay in New York, brother. MGM Ballin'. Forgive me if you said this, but I just realized that the WWE champ has been pinned at Money in the Bank 3 years in a row, not title matches. I did not know that, bro. I did not know that. Coiled Phoenix with a 42 months. Hey, JD, I feel like the best moments of the night were Naomi winning, R-Truth coming back, and Jacob finally turning on Solo. What was yours? I would say R-Truth, Coiled. I would say R-Truth. And Naomi winning for sure. I'm a big Naomi guy. Love Naomi. Major with a 199. The man to retire Goldberg should be Braun Breaker. Well, we don't really know. We're all looking at Gunther. It could be Braun Breaker. We don't know. S. Morris with a $9.99. You heard it here first with TKO and Revenue. They're always boasting about, don't be surprised in the future, two cities bidding for one WrestleMania. Example, night 1 in New York, night 2 in LA. Book it. I would not be surprised to see that. Do I think that's imminent? No. No, I do not. Major with a 199. Vaquer. You know what? That's probably not going to happen because then they need two separate sets, and that's going to be double the amount of money. It's going to be more of a hassle, more of them spending money. The less of them spending money is what they want. Major with a 199. Vaquer versus Rhea versus Liv. Baby oil in a briefcase match. Bro, I'd be the one to buy front row seats. Sidro with a 2. If Rhea has a shitty match, what was it? Dire Rhea. Well, if you're a geek on social media, you think Rhea's matches are shitty all the time. Which I don't really understand the Rhea discourse, but some people are weird, bro. Boss Mo Jackson with the 199. Where's Waldo? Where's Wardlow? It's all the same. DJ925 with a 499. JD, $5K right in your bank account, or Vaquer agrees to one date with you. Well, what do I get on the date? What does the date include? Does the date lead to another date? That might be worth $5K. William Bellin with a new membership. William, thank you, brother. Adam JD with a 5. LA Knight and Seth are both over 37. I guess they are cooked. Yeah. Yeah, CM Punk is what? 40, 45? Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked, bro. Billy Bomb. What's up, brother? $5 Super Chat. Fuck Cardi B. Stay away from SummerSlam, says Billy. Yeah, I can't stand that commercial they show. It's awful. Lost but found with a 199. Logan Paul is a genius with the camera angles. Love it. Love Logan Paul. He's so good. Turu. I turned 21 in July. Guess I'm elderly and should hang it up soon, according to some people, with a $10 super chat. Turu. Bro, you should just quit on everything, bro. Go, just enter an old age home, bro. It's over. Goodbye. Toye nice with it, too. Styles vs. Cross for the IC title. I'd like to see it. Styles has got to win the IC title first. Boss Mo Jackson with a $4.99. The cameraman is the real MVP. They do close-ups on the females' butt spots. Stephanie Vaquer spot on the ladder was awesome. Give these men a raise. Production knows, bro. Johnny Bishop with a 2. Shout out Wade. He was great on the mic tonight. He's always great. Wade is great. Ulysses, what's up, brother? $2 super chat. Even though she's no Stephanie, Lola Vice is mommy. Lola Vice is fucking hot, bro. He's great. Bader, what's up, brother? Hello, JD. I'm 32 years old. Does that make me old as Naomi? Thank you for the great work. Bader, you should also quit on life, sit in your rocking chair, eat your peanuts, watch your Wheel of Fortune, and just say, you know what, bro? I'm done. I'm retiring. Gold Standard with a 5. Hot take. When Worlds Collide was better than All In. 23. No. I was there. No. Ulysses with a 2. Stephanie was better, but Lola cakes were jiggling. They always jiggle, bro. David Thiering with 13 months. If Naomi's too old to beat Tiffany, then I'd like to hear that two persons definition of old as dirt and old as shit. Great work as always, JD. David, thank you, brother. I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to quit podcasting, man. I'm too old to be doing this. You know? Ulysses with a 5. I'm from Texas, so when it comes to Latinas, I only see Mexicans and some South Americans. I didn't know Latina beauty could get more perfect until Stephanie and Lola. Puerto Rican, Colombian, and now Cuban and Chilean just made the list. And I'm not talking about Chris Jericho. I need a passport, he says. Yeah? He also says, what the fuck was Becky wearing? Her and Seth are LOL. I didn't mind what Becky was wearing. Becky came to fight and Becky fought. Court with a 199. Taking Bayley's spot isn't selfish. LOL. Bro, do you know why Bayley is out? Do you know why Bayley's out? Nobody knows why Bayley's out. Captain Solo at a 5. One Becky Lynch is worth more than 5 Charlotte Flairs. Fact. Absolutely. Absolutely. Paul Green Dennis with a 5. LA Knight needs to go to Raw for a change of scenery. Him not winning Money in the Bank, I have no idea why he did not. I know LA Knight was the sentimental favorite, Paul. But in every box that WWE has on their list, Seth Rollins checks off every one of them for Money in the Bank. Rome Collector 84 with a 5. I'm surprised the Rock meme hasn't been made yet. And then I told them, let's make a work that we fired R-Truth. Philluminati with a $10 super chat. Chad needs a long IC title. Reign. Real question, who unmasks El Grande Americano? And at some point, Heyman turns on Seth and Braun takes over. Yes. Who unmasks Grande Americano? I'm probably going to go with Penta. I think it's going to lead to a mask versus mask match at SummerSlam. Ricardo Lino with a 58 months, 2 months away from 60. So happy to be part of this community. People who don't get it are missing out. Thank you, Ricardo. Always appreciate you being here, brother. Zachary Ray with a $4.99. JD, I might be jumping to conspiracy theories, but do you think Triple H doesn't like LA Knight? No, I don't believe that. I do not believe that. Captain Solo with a 10. I feel like LA Knight is the new Dolph Ziggler. Massively over with the crowd, great performances. Fans want to see him succeed, but WWE refuses to strap the rocket to his back. Am I being impatient? You might be, Solo. You might be. Court with a $1.99. Truth Son said Triple H is lying on Instagram. Well, I didn't need Truth Son to tell me he was lying. Of course he was lying. Johnny Bishop with a $5 super chat. Truth coming out to help. And then Cody dropping Cena was great. Low expectations for the main event, but this delivered. Also, Naomi was the right call. She absolutely was. Sidra with a $5 super chat. I forbid my kids from watching orchestras. Too much sax and violins. And lawyer says, my client is trapped inside a penny. The judge says, question mark? What? Lawyer says, he is innocent. Oh my God, man. It's so fucking stupid, man. Oh, he's so fucking stupid. Oh, man. Oh, man. Illuminati with a $5 super chat. I swear if Karrion and WWE don't come to an agreement, supposedly we got a couple of months, bro. Court with a $1.99. That shirt has been up since February. I check every day. Oh, yeah? Was it the same price? Scottsy, what's up, brother? $4.99. Currently 6 a.m. I told you I don't miss shows. Been watching since I was 14, now 24. Never been better. Here's to another 10 years. Happy 10-year anniversary. Scottsy. I love the commitment, brother. I love the commitment, man. You're a crazy motherfucker, but I love the commitment. Shout out to Scottsy. Unravel Gaming, $2 super chat. Big E said, we are about to see another side of Ron. Good? Show could use a fucking shot in the arm. Captain Solo with a 5. Over the years, I've been brutally harsh on Naomi. I think it was all that feel the glow garbage. I'm definitely digging heel Naomi. I'm a fan. Good. She deserves the support. Havili, thank you again, brother, for the $300 bond. Tony Esquire with the $5 super chat. The Jade Cargill Naomi angle was supposed to have pushed Jade into the spotlight. Who knew? Also wondering when Sol Ruka will get called up. Well, we got Stephanie, we got Jordan, and we're getting Ricky Starks, supposedly. Or Ricky Saints, I'm sorry. Sol Ruka is a little bit away. Next year. No rush. MGM Ballin with a 199. Thoughts on Braves letting Kimbrel go already? Did they let him go already? Or did they just move him back down to AAA? Did they just outright get rid of him? Why? He gave up 0 runs yesterday. Havili with a 2. Godfather or Goodfellas? An all-time favorite album by who? Goodfellas. And my favorite album ever? That's a tough one. I could tell you my favorite song, Havili. But my favorite album? I might be here all night trying to think of my favorite album. My favorite song is Blackbird by Alter Bridge. But definitely Goodfellas. Phil Illuminati with a $2 super chat. How much you want to bet TKO told Triple H to lie? Of course they did. It's up to Kimbrel. He said today he wants to stay with the team. He can choose AAA or... What is going on there? What is going on? I don't know what's going on with the team, bro. I really don't. I don't know. I think everybody's just fucking lost their mind, bro. Honestly. Havili with a $5 super chat. Most likely, War Games team, Roxanne, Rollins, Reed Breaker, and Solo versus Team Triple H. Rhodes, Punk, Sammy, Uso, and Fatu. Winning team control WWE. Thanks, JD. Havili, I love your creativity, brother, but I think it's way too early to even plant the seeds for War Games. I do think that we're going to end up getting a Rollins-led War Games team, and I think we'll end up getting a Punk-led War Games team. I just don't know who's going to be part of that. Reigns, Uso. We don't know if there's going to be a fourth man in Rollins' group or a fifth man. Sidra with a 2. What's it when Snake has temper tantrum? A hiss-y fit. Abyss with a 100. We gotta cut the music off. We need a round of applause from the venue for my guy Abyss.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Oh my goodness. Abyss with a $100 super chat. You enjoying your Switch too, bro? What are you excited for from Summer Games Fest? Abyss, I don't even know what was released or teased from Summer Games Fest, but Resident Evil is probably my top. I got my Switch 2 in the mail today. Shout out to Dovey. She sent it. I did not open it yet, but the Switch 2 is in the house. It is in the house. My guy in the chat, Metal Rules, best album ever is Tomb of the Mutilated by Cannibal Corpse. That's the best album ever? I'm going to say no on that one, brother. It's not even the best metal. It's not even the best death metal album that I've heard. It's not even the best death metal album, man. I've heard a lot better death metal albums than Tomb of the Mutilated. Crown, Death Race King, Retribution by Malevolent Creation, Cryptopsy, Depths You Fallen. What else? Dying Fetus, Destroy the Opposition. That may be top 2. No, Tomb of the Mutilated. Best Cannibal Corpse album is Bloodthirst. I never really was a fan of Chris Barnes' led Cannibal Corpse. I think Corpse's best album is Bloodthirst. Havili, $5 super chat. I was wrong. I said Money in the Bank 2023. I meant Money in the Bank 2022. The Uso and Street Profits. And favorite album you buy? Thanks, JD. I don't buy any albums, bro. I sign up for Spotify, man. All my music is now Spotify. Bloodthirst, listen, you know, some of you might be new here. I like my heavy metal. I like my rock. Obviously, my tastes have changed over the years. My top two bands are Alter Bridge and Symphony X. Cannibal Corpse was my first concert. And it was at Club L'Amour in Brooklyn in August of 2000. And they played with The Crown and Nile. And the first song that Cannibal Corpse played when they hit the stage was The Coffin Feeder off of Bloodthirst. So, Bloodthirst holds a very special place in my heart because not only was it the first album that I heard from Cannibal Corpse, and then I found everything else, but it was also the first time I seen them live, and then they played that song. So, Abyss, thank you for the 100, brother. Havili, thank you, brother. Unraveled Gaming with a 2. Just bought a horse, named it Mayo. Now mayonnaise. Yeah, Soma, I prefer Spotify because I enjoy their recommended. They always are spitting new shit out at me, man. I don't know if YouTube does that or if Apple does that. I don't care. I like Spotify. I like the interface. It's easy to use, easy to find things. Tony Esquire with a 5. Sexuality aside, I've noticed the improvement in Alexa's wrestling. Like him or not, that Paul guy is an excellent athlete. He's almost belt material. Logan's great. And Alexa's always been attractive. She was just shoved down our throats way too often. That's why it just got a little nauseating. Andre Benson with a 5. JD, do you see Seth cashing in on Jey if he retains? On Gunther if he wins? Or like he did at WrestleMania that one year, making it a three-way on Monday? I think we make it a three-way. He pins Jey. Baby Huey with a 199. So is Truth or Killings getting a title shot now? No. Why would he? Havili with a 20. If WrestleMania was 2 nights a couple of years ago, what WrestleMania would CM Punk main event night 1 or maybe night 2? If Kevin Owens wasn't injured, would he have gotten punt in the head for Orton at WrestleMania 41 or at Backlash? He would have definitely gotten punted at WrestleMania 41. And if WrestleMania was 2 nights a couple of years ago, what WrestleMania would CM Punk main event? I would probably go night 1. Unless he was in the ring with Cody this year, it would have been night 2. Or if it's Cody in the future, it's going to be a night 2. But a couple years ago, it would have been night 1. Ulysses with a 10. Danielle Fishel, a.k.a. Topanga, was looking as good as ever in the crowd. You know, she did not get acknowledged by the commentary team. The stupid-looking drummer from Blink-182 and his Kardashian wife were on camp. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Meanwhile, you got Topanga back there, and nobody even acknowledged her. How she still looks as good as she did on Boy Meets World is crazy. She's 44 and wouldn't say she's too old. She's still gorgeous. And she was always hot. MGM Ballin with the $4.99. I'm glad someone brought up the age thing. Every time your notification pops up, I say, here we go, Unk is streaming again. LOL, you're still in your prime. Yes, I am Ballin. I'm not an Unk yet. Am I an Unk? Do I qualify as an Unk? Boots! What's up, Boots? $5 super chat. Best part of Worlds Collide on YouTube is replaying Devil's Kiss in slow motion. Bro. Telling you, man. Question of the night. Who did it better, Lola or Stephanie? Howie Potter. $2 super chat. Worlds Collide was great. I love what you do, JD. Thank you, Howie. I'm Unk age. Okay. Captain Solo at a $5 super chat. I think Bayley is getting work done on her chin. Great pro wrestler, big booty, but she's got a chin like Jay Leno. Yeah. Really? Is Solid Monster an Unk too? Would Jason qualify as Unks or as an Unk? Are we two Unks on Tuesday? Tracking problems with the $4.99. Are you a local H fan? Check out the album Here Comes the Zoo. Cheers. Never heard of him. Never heard of him, Tracking. MGM Ballin with the $1.99. Naomi on thumbnail got me channeling Tony Brown. You thank Salrex for that. Captain Solo with a 5. Who are you hiring and who are you firing? Dean Ambrose and Jon Moxley. I'm hiring Jon Moxley. I'm firing Dean Ambrose. And Doug Neiswanger. Oh, my goodness. Doug with a $1.99. I go with your opinion. Got 100 off Naomi winning. Listen, man, I don't get them all right. But some I really know, and some it happens that it doesn't work out that way. Anyway, guys. We killed it tonight, man. We still got 3,500 people in here. Thank you guys for showing up tonight, man. Thank you for a great stream. You guys killed it tonight. Fucking killed it. Telling you, man, when something's good, tonight was good. Tonight was good. It wasn't great. Oh my God, I meant, it's unbelievable. But our truth got everybody excited. It's all it takes is one. All it takes is one. Our truth got that excitement going. Monday should be good. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for a great stream, man. I appreciate you guys joining me here. Had fun tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of Money in the Bank. Let me know what you thought of R-Truth. It was a shoot. It was not a work. I will be deleting comments and banning you if you continue to tell me it was a work. No, it wasn't. Go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. As soon as I get some rest tomorrow, I'll sit down and record a small video for my thoughts on Worlds Collide, so expect that tomorrow. Worlds Collide was great. Money in the Bank was good. Very good afternoon. You guys killed it on tonight's stream. And go follow me on social media at JD from NY206. It's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Guys, I'll see you back tomorrow for my thoughts on Worlds Collide or any other news. We'll keep you updated, and I'll see you live right back here on Monday night for Monday Night Raw. Why? Why? You guys know why. Because we are the best of the best of the best. I'll see you guys later.